The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. The topics discussed may include drugs, alcohol, or be sexual in nature. This show is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. I'm serious. It's dirty. Really, really dirty. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! Listen to Fantastic Forum, the premier comic book show, and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from Fantastic Forum Studios, Los Angeles. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. I said that really weird. The usual suspects in the building. First, he is a riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin. Jay.
Hey, what's up?
Next, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
How much beer do you think a mouse pad can absorb before you have to replace it?
Next, he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
Remind me for my final thought to apologize to an old lady.
Okay, yet again. And last, and probably least, I'm Mayor Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We do have a great show for you today. We are going to be giving you reviews of Stray Dogs #1 and Nuclear Family #1, along with the latest comic book news and, of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. But before we do all that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, who without him, this show would not exist. So thanks, Scott. Hope you're doing well. Also, we want to tell you how it is you can get down with Fantastic Forum. This is a two-way conversation here. So, if you want to share your opinion, here's how.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Indeed. I do.
Do we still have a Skype line up?
I mean, we still, if you're asking, do we have access to Skype? Sure.
Because she said
if someone, yeah, she did say Skype.
We're not logged in right now, but
we can be.
Or at any point in the last 5 months.
I think we were on like twice. But
all those callers we've been ignoring.
No, they came over to StreamYard.
They're like, I'm sure, like we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. So wherever you are, feel free to jump in those chats. Feel free to go ahead and go to fantasticforum.live and hit the call-in button if you want to join us in studio. We would love to have you. So yeah, let's do that.
Speaking of, in chat, Mogsy D88 says hi.
What up, Mogsy D88?
And Tiger Claw says, what's up, Fantastic Forum? What you thought of episode 8 of WandaVision? Another big reveal happened on that episode, and this Friday is the final episode.
Worst episode.
Was it a big reveal?
You're saying what? I mean, there was a couple of things I felt that were revealed.
Like
you didn't
what?
think it was? I
There was a
mean,
couple things I really see.
you a couple.
He can't say. I know exactly because I know I know what he's saying. He's saying there was a couple of things missing.
Couple of things missing. Like
Yeah.
what's that in reference to?
Kat Dennings' breasts.
It's like he doesn't even know me.
gee.
Yeah.
Dude, so crass, so early.
What
Really?
you asked?
No, I'm just ashamed of Oz. It's not you.
No. You asked Oz like what was missing. Like,
Yeah, I thought he had a sensible answer. I didn't know he was gonna denigrate Miss Dennings in such a way.
It was a crappy episode.
yeah, it was okay.
Wait, are you serious? Y'all didn't like that episode, huh?
It completely invalidates the awesomeness of the episode before it. Like just that crap. That didn't happen.
Well, listen, you know what? You all can just hold on to that because
I'm glad it's
like
almost over.
I think here's the thing. I think as whatever I felt, I like this episode. Like, I tell people that haven't watched it and are like thinking of not watching it, just watch this episode. It'll make you want to watch the rest of it because it's all even better than this. But this one really gives you different perspectives of all the movies you watched her in. And that alone is like amazing. And leading up to this, like I can see why Oz would think. I thought it was a good episode, but it's like, you know what? Just they should have just did this last episode and the final episode like as a movie. Like I'm down. Like I just felt like this one made me wish I would have already get to the next episode, but not in the way that the other ones does.
To build on Mo's point, because my wife doesn't want to watch the show, but she doesn't want to be lost when the movies start coming out again. So I told her, well, you can just watch the last two, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get everything you need for the upcoming movies. And between those two episodes, it's like a little movie.
But I mean, when you really think about it, like,
well, what was the revelation too?
In regards to Vision's body.
What about it?
Well, all this time, they were saying that she took it. But she did not.
Okay.
I mean, we knew she didn't. Mo specifically called Vision a mental construct.
Yeah.
Well, but it wasn't confirmed.
I mean, it was confirmed by the prophet Moses.
Yeah. Like a man of faith all of a sudden doesn't have faith in me.
Like we confirmed it.
What else was the other revelation?
Instead of saying it wasn't confirmed, you should say we confirmed it first.
What else was a revelation, Larry?
Well, the possibility that she had her powers early.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look, that's that.
Like, and that's still speculation. Like, it wasn't confirmed, but
but look, this is the most. If anything, like Marvel is one of the best at doing retcons, and this is one of the most masterful retcons, if that's what it is. Like, and then that means mutants have been here all along, kind of.
Maybe.
So that'll make it easier. So
my problem is the last episode told us that Agnes was behind it all. And this episode turns out she's actually the hero of the story.
She's the hero.
She's trying to break Wanda, who was really behind everything. She actually created everything. She went in and tried to break her out of her own trance. And I mean, it was to kind of learn what magic she had for herself, obviously for whatever reasons for herself, but had she succeeded the way she wanted to, she would have freed the entire town. Agnes Harkness, she is the hero of this story, the unsung hero that's been behind the scenes the whole time, trying to save a town full of people from this crazy multiversal being that is just taking over people's lives.
See,
they said that in the last episode.
No,
that-
in the last episode, they said that Agnes was the evil behind everything happening, and then this episode showed that everything was actually done by Wanda, and Agnes just happened to stumble upon it and try to break her out of her own trance.
Well, she was trying to manipulate her into stopping.
No, she was trying to break her from her own trance. She says, your grief created this, and I was trying to bring you back to reality. But every time she started,
Like
That's what I'm saying.
you know at this point Oz loves the alternate narratives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where Oz lives now, where it's like, oh yeah, no,
she's pretty much saying the same thing I am, just changing the words.
right.
it's just a matter of perspective. That's all.
Also,
The
Oz
one
is
thing
also go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
The one thing I thought was interesting about this last episode, though, was we hear the story in Age of Ultron about the missile not blowing up and it having Stark Industries written on it. But when you see it, it just looks so silly. Like, why do you have your name on the missile? Like,
that was another retcon.
Telling the story, it's one thing, but to see the giant Stark Industries on the unexploded missile, it's kind of ridiculous.
That was another retcon too, because the actual story that they tell says the missile had one word, Stark. This missile had two, Stark Industries.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said in Age of Ultron.
They said it had one word, Stark.
I thought they said it had Stark Industries.
Nope, it said Stark.
It doesn't matter.
Look,
I can't believe I'm the Marvel expert now.
No, don't believe that.
All I wanted from this episode, and they let me down in the after credits sequence, was I wanted Agatha to be recruiting her for Strange Academy. And that didn't happen.
What? Like, why would that happen?
Why not? Like, she's a teacher at Strange Academy.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange wouldn't have a Strange Academy at this point in the MCU.
Oh, okay. That's too crazy for the MCU.
Yeah,
God forbid they're like the comics.
God forbid.
Oh, but now that you got the kids, then they're gonna have to be educated. And Doctor Strange is gonna show up in the next
Those kids
episode
are
and be like,
dying.
"Oh,
You know
you
those
kids
kids
need
are
to be
Sure.
educated."
Yeah, at Avengers Academy, not Strange Academy.
Look, we should just jump straight to Murder Island.
Dude, that would be amazing. I would love that.
Look, Arcade actually made an appearance in the latest issue of Hellions, which is one of the X-Men book that's basically like kind of like their Suicide Squad. And it's hilarious. He's like torturing Mr. Sinister.
Isn't Lawrence the one that hates teenage heroes?
Yeah.
So he's gonna hate the Young Avengers that they're about to do.
What Young Avengers?
Aren't they gonna do Young Avengers now?
Why? No one wants that. Well, I'm sorry. Jay wants it, but he doesn't count.
Who are the Young Avengers?
Dude, they're already introducing Kate Bishop.
Yeah, and Wiccan,
So
Speed.
it's like you have
Kate
Kate
Bishop.
Wiccan.
You have what's Ant-Man's kid?
Hulkling's probably gonna end up showing up during one of these scroll events.
Yeah.
Look, you know Kate Bishop is too old to be a Young Avenger in the MCU.
It doesn't have to be like the comics, Larry. It's MCU.
You're right. Why won't they just become Avengers?
Because they're young.
Are they though? Are they that young?
Yeah, the kids are.
Who
Wiccan
is
and
Kate
Speed.
Bishop?
Those kids don't exist.
Kid Bishop is going to be a teenager in her movie.
I don't look. Is she supposed to be a teenager in that Hawkeye series?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like they'll probably do Champions first.
They don't know what they ain't gonna do that.
Because Miss Marvel is actually like kiddish.
Oh, there's so much.
Yeah, see?
There's so many.
See how I just burst that bubble for everybody?
But they won't.
see how the reality comes crashing in on everyone.
You burst it for the people who think Hollywood gives a damn what they think.
I'm just saying, look, like you know they want to, if they can, they want to get live action Miles Morales, right?
But I don't know if they have a way to do that.
Listen, I don't know either.
Look, it's up to you. They could just do whatever.
Hexilla's comment in chat's funny. There it is. That's what we'll get. We'll get. Oh
No,
that one. Yeah, the next one. Yeah, we're gonna get young adult Avengers. That'll work.
Make them just old enough that they can bone.
Oh, see. Okay.
Well, they got to make them young enough so that when Captain America cops a feel, it's not inappropriate.
Wait, what? How dare you?
You know it happened.
I think it's inappropriate. Like, even if they're of
Wolverine's
age,
the one that hangs out with kids.
No, but you know that happened, right, Larry? You saw it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sounds
like
like propaganda.
No.
No.
Twice.
No. Look, that is friggin' propaganda put forth by the capitalist establishment. That's all that is. That ain't true. Not my cap. You must be talking about John Walker, U.S. agent, did that. I believe it.
Who's into alternative facts now?
That fool
kids.
Who?
U.S. agent.
I mean, listen, I don't know what he does, what he hates or doesn't hate. Kids, America, I don't know. We should get into news.
Yeah.
Right? Let's do that.
Comic book news.
We should have a
comic book
like her. Well, not like that, but like.
So, gents, turns out there's no more conventions.
Yeah, except for
in California.
In California, in Southern California. Look, if I was
my second shot, so I could have gone.
Wait, say what?
I got my second shot, so I could have gone to a convention.
It's not just about you, Jay, right? You understand that a bad convention is a convention that only has you at it.
But I would be there too.
That's an awesome convention.
No, but it's not, Joe. You're living it right now. You're at your own convention. That's it. It's just you.
Well, we would be there too. I mean, not you.
Like we would. I would get Hall H to myself.
We would present at Hall H.
They're not gonna show nothing.
They're gonna show us.
Show up. They have to. They can't just cancel because there's no turnout.
They can't go down in history as the worst presentation of Hall H.
Also, you underestimate the amount of people that would go. I mean,
to JCon?
To anything
Comic-Con
in San Diego. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they wouldn't go, but it doesn't make sense.
Then why you're saying it would just be Joe? That's saying no one would go.
No, because Jay's vaccinated, and that's it. Out of like so many people, like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are other vaccinated people in San Diego and around the country that will come, but it's not enough people to justify Comic-Con. And can you imagine if you had to like show that you're vaccinated to get into Comic-Con and all the uproar that would cause? They'd be like, "Oh, I thought this was America."
Yeah, but
like, you have no right to attend Comic-Con, sir. Yeah, that's not in the Constitution.
First off, I'm planning on getting my
wait,
laminated and turning it into a pin.
Yeah,
so I can wear it on my shirt.
And I'm gonna take.
And two, I'm still gonna wear a mask. So it's like I'm still not gonna stand next to people.
Hey,
out of respect.
You saying that?
I'm gonna respect space.
Why are you telling me I can't go, Lawrence?
Huh?
Why are you telling me I can't go? I mean I'm not vaccinated.
No, I'm saying imagine if they had the con, but they're like, you have to be vaccinated to attend. That would cause an uproar, is what I'm saying.
Well, look,
I'd be fine with it.
You'd be fine with it because you're vaccinated.
That,
right.
You can't prove that unless you do like the polio thing where they scar you or something. In which case,
Yeah,
you just fire your fucking-
There's paperwork, Oz. Like you can
Yeah.
show paperwork that says you're vaccinated. Like,
oh, so show your papers. Yeah,
Right.
that's what you're for.
Yeah.
Like papers, please.
This
I'm
is
gonna-
literally
I'm gonna take that card and shape it into a little golden star and pin it right here.
No, wait. No, you fuck. You do it like your driver's license. Like when you get pulled over and show your fucking papers. All right. You're afraid of showing your papers. You're already showing your fucking papers.
exactly.
It's too late.
This is exactly the point I was making. I was like, cats would be like, "Oh, I thought this was America. Now I got to show my papers to get to conventions."
America is just as fucked up as every other place.
I'm willing to go. I'll show my papers. I'll still wear my mask.
I mean, we'll all wear masks because we're cosplaying this year, right? Like, I know I've never cosplayed, but this is like, you know, we almost didn't have Comic Cons. Like, I have to do everything that I never did.
Mo go camp out in front of places he never camped out in front of before because he's like, well, listen, I gotta get that full experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep outside of Hall H.
Yeah, man.
Shit in a big gulp cup.
A big gulp cup. I'm mad that a big gulp cup is probably a sufficient toilet.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably big enough for everything you need.
Like, I've lived in a house with a toilet smaller than a big gulp cup.
Oh, dude, that's rough. Yeah, man. But so it Comic-Con officially canceled. E3 and Anime Expo have not officially announced that they're being canceled, but it's been discovered that the LA like tourism board basically doesn't know, like there's no plans for those events to happen, and the idea is they would know about it at this point if it was going to happen.
Well, Anime Expo emailed me. They said they're doing it virtually this year.
Okay, so that happened what, today?
When did it happen?
It's okay, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the official statement from Anime Expo did go out now, so that's good to know. It would not surprise me if they were prompted by the story. They're like, "Oh, cat's out the bag. Cat's out the bag. We might as well just announce." E3 had already talked about that they might be restructuring their event anyway, which, you know, that makes sense because I know like the video game industry has kind of been, even before the pandemic, has been leaning towards the idea if E3 was necessary or not anyway, and has been leaning towards like everyone having their own kind of personal events so they don't have to even compete for people's attention. They're just like, why would I do E3 and have to like try to woo folks when we can just say, hey, we're gonna do, you know, EA Play on this day and everybody will watch. So yeah, so none of those joints are happening this year, and it's interesting because it's kind of like it'll be interesting to see, like, well, I'll say this. I think all of these, well, I think the Comic-Con is going to happen next year. Anime Expo is going to happen next year.
We said that last year.
We also said,
according to the president, we're going to be on lockdown for another 2 years.
So I can't find the email. Maybe it did not happen. Maybe that was just a dream I had.
Even though
Jay,
he said he was going to crush the virus in 100 days.
I'm just saying.
well, according to the last president, it'd be done by the spring.
Listen, all I'm saying is all I hear is a lot of fake news right now. I hear Oz spouting fake news and Jay beginning to spout
What I
fake
can't
news.
tell you, Larry, is that
No,
it's
okay, I
early.
got it.
Like,
Look, Anime Expo, this is direct from them. It's loading.
I got a chance to talk to
We'll now have a physical event for AX 2021.
motherfucker.
Anime Expo Light will return on July 4th weekend.
All we need is what date they sent you the email, Jay.
And yeah,
Yeah, they didn't send me an email. I dreamt that.
So what are you talking about then?
so what are you reading right now?
How did you just read?
I'm reading their Twitter.
Oh,
I read my
did
dreams out loud.
when did they tweet it, Jay?
March 3rd. So today.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jay. Good job.
The Prophet
wait,
Jay.
whoops.
And dreamt it.
Jay's on that popcorn.
He
Eat all
lays
that
his head on
popcorn
his
tonight.
pillow, and the Lord has sent him a message of Anime Expo.
What I did get to do over this week when that news broke about Comic-Con, Larry, was talk to the dude from Finish Line Comics. And we met him at the greatest Comic-Con of 2020, Long Beach Comic Expo.
There you go.
And that's the last time we saw him, and we kind of, we talked, and then we reviewed a couple of his books, Immortal Era. Third one's out now. Buy it if you can, because he's like, I got money tied up in my convention seasons, and it's like he pays a year in advance, and he's an independent guy with just independent publisher with just one book.
That's
that's how he makes his living.
They should give those people their money back,
or roll it over to the
that's
next
the thing. Look, giving your money back is one thing. You'll break even. Rolling it over is another thing. You can use it, but in the meantime, it's all fucked. So there's no real solution. There's no giving the money back it'll help, but it's not a solution. And
I mean that's the whole thing. I feel
it's more about the grand problem where it's like, we try to talk about what's going on, and then Oz quickly, hey, the president says it's going to be locked down for 2 years, and it's like, well, no, look, there's people suffering. How can we fix this? Because they're not helping us. They're not helping anybody. And they're throwing money at the situation, but nobody's catching it equally. And and we're all suffering because of it. Whether you love comics or you get your dog premium dog food, like whatever it is, we're all kind of close to home with Mo. The thing is, we're all kind of modifying how we do things, whether how we shop and everything, and having somebody that's in the same boat as you just try to say, we're going to be locked up for 2 years. And it's like, no, you're in the same boat, whether we're locked in 10 years or 6 months. How can we help each other right now?
Shoot, wear a mask.
Wear a mask and show your fucking papers.
No, look, don't even look. Like I'm saying, that's the thing where it's like, look, y'all saw what they're trying to do in Texas. It's like I don't feel like that's going to help the situation, but
look,
that's just an opinion. They opened up all the way.
Everything. They opened up all the way, and look, Texas.
You see Joe's micro reaction.
Yeah.
They did this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
For one thing, when that's Texas,
they're weird.
But I will say there is hope for Texas, because some businesses aren't opening up all the way.
Right.
There's a theater in Texas where they're like, well, we listen to the CDC, not politicians.
Right.
We're requiring masks, and we're only opening 50% capacity.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's kind of what I was going to say, that the Lone Star State is the Lone Star State for a reason. They try to be self-sufficient, and that attitude kind of says, like, they tell us, we're fully open, okay. No mask mandate, okay. But if you want to come to my restaurant, you might need to wear a mask while you're close to people. And when you're in your little bubble, then you're not. And if you don't like it, I got my gun right here in my gun belt, and that's the thing. Honestly, like, I can't even be mad at that. I know the news spins it where it's like the governor's just sentencing him to die, and it's like,
it's not that harsh. But
they call him an idiot and everything, and it's like, really, like, it's people vote with their money, and if they don't feel safe going somewhere, let the people that feel safe spend their fucking money and help that guy pay his fucking rent. You just know to stay the fuck away from them.
Hey, that's fair.
I see it from a couple, multi sides because of my personal experience, and it's like,
yeah.
It's like I know when I work, I take a risk whether we're open or closed, and it's the same exact risk whether we're open or closed. The numbers and everything that you see on TV, they're what they are. They might not necessarily reflect my 1 mile radius. They might be even worse in my mile radius, but they're not even reflecting it accurately for me and my experience. So I'm gonna do everything I can for me and my business to protect me and everybody that comes into my door and out of my door. And with that, that is what freedom is.
Okay.
You know,
Hey.
it's like I have the, you know, I reserve the right to refuse service to anybody. You know, whether that could be for being a mask or for being an asshole or for, you know, and that's it. Like I you know, I've had my
I was like, what's the other thing he's about to say? I'm like,
Well,
he's about to get himself in trouble. He's like, or being gay. You know, I was like, oh Jesus.
Hexzilla and Chad
If
says,
Mo
I lost
wanted to.
everybody up and got called in, and I blame you all.
Technically, Mo could require you to wear a butt plug to go into his business because he don't like to smell farts. I mean, that's his business. He can make whatever requirements he wants.
I had a
I
guy
don't know that
Are
you
you
can
getting
do
in
that.
trouble for doing stuff like that?
I don't think you can do that only because there's no way that he could check without it being an invasion of privacy.
again,
Yeah,
alternative-
you get the one with the tail attached to it.
the My Little Pony one.
that's radicalized
the brony butt plug.
that causes radicalized thinking.
Anyway, okay. Well, look. Speaking of things that you can't get immunized for, Moses, they done released this Eternal set photo.
Well, yeah.
It was like there's no shot for this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, again, I vote with my money. I think there's going to be a deadly pandemic at all those screenings. I'm not going.
there's gonna be a deadly pandemic.
Yeah, that's going to be ground zero for AIDS and anal leakage.
Whoa,
Like,
wait!
I'm not.
minute.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, like I'm look. There's not enough hand sanitizer in the world to get me near Eternals. Now,
Listen.
Larry, I'm mad at you because you gave me a little bit of hope last week.
How?
You're like, man, I hear people saying that worked on Eternals saying it's better than they even thought.
Yeah, listen, but I was skeptical of that as well when they said it because I was just like, is it? It can't be that good. Like, really? Like, I if I gave you false hope by reporting that story, I apologize. And don't get me wrong, I don't know the quality of this movie.
The Mickey's coming in his throat like, shut up, Larry.
Hold on. What?
But-
Am I? Was I
Go ahead.
mistaken? I thought Angelina Jolie was in this movie.
She's the dude right there next to Icarus. Right here.
The Asian?
Yeah.
I thought that was Wong.
No.
Oh,
you were wrong.
dude. Why?
I see Ezra Miller.
Oh, jeez.
I see Ezra Miller
Jeez.
behind Pixie.
Listen, all I'm saying is this.
Ooh, Taika
Like-
Waititi's in it.
All of these. Oh. Ah.
I love Taika Waititi.
I do. He'll get me to watch this.
By no means am I like a ridiculously huge Eternals fan. But all of these characters are unrecognizable.
Whoever drew that Pixie is horrible. He did her no favors.
How you
I
know
agree.
he?
That's a horrible drawing.
Like,
You drew the dudes pretty good though. Okay, I think I get it.
I don't know who like half these people are supposed to be. And
You
I'm
know
like,
who Pixie is? Okay, let me
No,
tell you
I-
about Marvel, since you obviously don't know. I've been told you guys don't do your research on these stories.
mm,
yeah, according to that YouTube comment,
mm.
link up here.
That might be my fault because I've been commenting on other YouTubers. I think it's retaliatory. But in my defense, they suck and are wrong.
Yeah.
And I actually point out what they said that is wrong.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you put yourself out there, you know, it's like, don't get me wrong, don't be a butthole about it, but
Oh, I don't know how to be anything else.
Yeah.
no, well,
Like,
hey,
Larry,
but-
Larry, you want to represent us in the comment section? Go for it.
Oh no, I'm good with talking to our audience.
No. But I'm talking about in the other comments.
No, I want y'all to do you however
Right.
you see fit. Like I'm not telling you all to be different. I'm just
You
saying.
just told me to not be a butthole. You're literally telling me to be different.
Okay, be different. You, Oz, I need to be different.
Okay, I won't be a butthole. I'll be a dick.
Hey, listen. Yeah.
Some people can take that easier.
So the Eternals, like I don't the way that cast of characters looks, I'm just like.
By the way, Tiger Claw in chat, shots fired.
What Tiger Claw say?
Tiger Claw says Mayor Young is supposed to be the #1 Marvel expert, and he doesn't know anything about the Eternals.
Who said that? Who
Tiger
said
Claw.
that? But I'm
Tiger
saying,
Claw.
why do I not know anything about the Eternals? Because I can't recognize the characters. I can't recognize the characters because they don't look like the comic. That's why I don't know who the characters are. Like, don't get me wrong, I can make some educated guesses, but what I was gonna say before is this: is like there's at least 2 Eternals, or at least 2 people that you would generally have on the cast of the Eternals that were Avengers. And then there's like people that are Eternals that are like kind of mainstay Eternals, like in the same, like the guys that show up when you're like, okay, the Eternals are involved, these characters show up. Nobody in that joint looks like any of those people. Icarus is the closest, and he does not look like Icarus.
No, and even like from a design point, this is nitpicky because but it's design. Like that red in Icarus. I don't know if I should have put it in.
There's no red in this Icarus.
Yeah, but the red in Icarus really just
in the comic.
In the comic, just set the design of the costume.
Dude, it's insane.
Like,
it's insane.
So much so that like New 52 Superman was just a ripoff of Icarus from Eternals in the sense. Like they just they muted the yellow and just highlighted the red, like, and it looked like Icarus.
There's a part of me that's like, my feeling right now is that Eternals very well might take my spot in the MCU movie I dislike the most. It might take the Guardians spot, like the Guardians 2 spot. I'm sorry. Not Guardians 1, I didn't like when it came out, but I came away and I was like, you know what? I mean, I can enjoy it for what it is, but that's not a Guardians movie. And I know that you all don't know that because the rest, like I was the guy that read the comic and most of the people weren't. And so it's like, okay, I'm not mad at the world for digging this Guardians movie. Guardians,
and not only that, it's like they like funny Starjammers. It's not like they're like, oh, this is Guardians. This is they it's like that Guardians movie is called Guardians, but it's not. It's like Starjammers,
it's
like
definitely closer to
young
Starjammers.
Yeah,
I look, and that's funny when you look. I didn't even think about it like that, but you're right. Like it's like everybody in there, for the most part, has like a Starjammers analog that makes like it would make more sense for any of those people to be Starjammers, with the exception of maybe like Rocket. Like Rocket, I don't think has a Starjammers analog. Rocket and Groot were always the ones where I said they act like how they're supposed to act,
right?
But then they messed around and made Baby Groot, and it's like, okay, like Groot doesn't act like Groot all through like that's why the second one is the absolute worst. Like it's my least favorite MCU film without question. Like Guardians 2, like all the things I disliked about Guardians 1, they like amped up to 10 in Guardians 2, and they got rid of the stuff that was like Guardians-ish. I can't even say anything's like actually Guardians, but all the Guardians-ish stuff, they're like, oh well, what everybody liked was all this other stuff. And I don't think they're wrong because people love Guardians 2.
I was so mad when you took me to see Guardians 2 for my birthday.
Yeah, we did do that.
My least favorite MCU film is New Mutants.
That's not an MCU.
Tiger Claw in chat says, you know what it is? Mayor Young doesn't recognize the Eternals because most of them aren't wearing a mask or anything. These are maskless.
No,
I have a feeling that the Eternals is going to be a really good movie. Why? Because the director just won a Golden Globe Award this year.
Tiger Claw, like we were doing so good. Like I felt like you and I were on a path where I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love and respect you. However,
just a little less.
Well, more than a little. Like I'm just saying, it's like you're talking to me about Eternals like they wear masks. They don't wear masks. This isn't like it's not comic booky enough. This is they don't look like any of the characters. No, like, and here's the thing, like I'm not even talking about like colorblind casting at this point. Like
they just don't look
right. It's like if you had like a black guy in the suit of the person that is supposed to be in the comic, I'd be like, oh, that's such and such, but they're black. Like that happens in cosplay all the time. It's not like because you change the color of people, I'm like, I don't know who that is. I guess it's Rogue. Like that, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the costumes are unrecognizable, so you don't know who's supposed to be who. Like I understand that the chick to the left, and I guess I should put this back up. I'll put it back up. The young lady to the left, or I guess if you're looking at if you're looking at the thing, it's the young lady to the left. The young lady to the left, that's Circe's, right? Because she's I know that because Circe, or because she's in all green, and I understand, and she's like up in the front, but that doesn't look like Circe's. And I'm like saying I'm a fan of that character because the era of Avengers that I enjoy, that was like not, the era of Avengers that's like all like the most popular characters of Marvel, or at least what might be the popular characters of Marvel now. Like that era of Avengers didn't have all those people on it necessarily. But Circe's is I think of her as an Avenger even before an Eternal, even though she is an Eternal, no question. But that doesn't look like her at all. Like in no way. She's wearing green, but it's like that's not enough. Like Rogue wears green, Diablo wears green,
Polaris.
Say what?
Polaris wears green.
Polaris wears right, exactly. Like look, Gamora wears green. Like there's so many people that you like. The sad fact of the matter is, she looks more like Polaris than seriously.
Yeah, I was about to say that. If you change her hair, she would make an awesome Polaris.
Right. She does look like Polaris, which is messed up. Like, that's not cool. Like, why? Like, and I'm just saying, like, it'd be one thing if it's like, we're talking about something outside of comics, but like, people having particular looks is like an iconic part of the whole comic book movie thing. So it kind of sucks that I look at this and I'm like, I couldn't, like, if it didn't have Eternals at the top and I was like somebody that was just coming into this like casually, I wouldn't look at this and be like, oh, look at these Eternals here. And that should be something that should happen when you're talking about comic book movies. I should be able to like look at the cast and be like, oh, that's such and such. Even if I'm like, I'm pretty sure that that's supposed to be such and such. That's so, like, I'm not saying it's okay, like, because I don't want to like have to wonder. I should know, but I'll take a wonder, or I'll take like, oh, that's a stylized such and such. But this right here, I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Tiger Claw says, here's the thing, Mary Young, and you know this is going to happen. The Eternals movie is going to influence the
comic, already did,
and all those characters will look like the ones from the movie.
Yeah, no, and Moses is right. It already has influenced, and we'll see what happens.
I wish I had the picture of the press release from the Eternals press thing they sent us, but they still doesn't look like that. Like I can see the story like getting influence and the race bending thing a little bit, but I mean the race thing isn't that big a deal because they're all races anyway,
Yeah, right.
It's just the names got shifted more than anything. So that I'm not even mad about that. It's just I just don't think it's gonna be any good. And the comics, like the Icarus's new costume now looks just like the old costume. It's not like Star-Lord,
right?
Or the Guardians costumes. Like the Guardian costumes were tight. Like that's the only thing I liked about Guardians 2 was they showed the other Guardians and the costumes were like the Guardians was supposed to be. Yeah. And it's like, at least I got that costume. Got to see that costume in live action. But I'm down to see a Guardians movie with Stallone and that team.
It's so weird, the choices that like the MCU makes, though, because again, like that's another thing that I'm kind of like, it like never in a million years, like Vision has been in the MCU since Age of Ultron, right?
Right.
Age of Ultron came out in what, 2015? What was it? I don't know. But
14?
like somewhere like in the middle of the 2010s, right? Despite that happening, never in a million years would, in my mind, would I've been like, well, at some point we're gonna see like that white synthesoid Vision.
You were the talk of the town. Well, you're the topic of conversation this whole weekend at my house. But
why?
One of the things was like Larry's like, because I told you when I saw Vision, it's like, yeah, it's like it's the red and green, but it's not even like red and green like the comics. And it's like at that point you could have just had White Vision, and you're like, who wants White Vision? And it's like, I want White Vision. I like White Vision. And then now we got White Vision.
2015 away.
2015. There you go. So, like, despite this fool being in the MCU for friggin' 6 years or 5 and some years, it's like I didn't think that, like 5 years. We'll say 5 years. I would not have thought that we would have gotten that.
I think that was a rights issue, though. It's not until they bought Fox that actually used the classic stuff.
Why is that a rights issue?
Same thing as how they got Wanda and Quicksilver.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense because that's mutant stuff. But Vision's not a mutant.
No, but it was a thing where he couldn't have that classic coloring, so that's why they kind of went with a little bit redesigned version.
It's not even. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
And once the Fox thing happened, well, now they're able to do that. So just kind of like to play around with that is why they did the classic costumes in the show.
So you're saying that you feel like in the Fox deal where they got
you're not saying it's the Fox deal. In the Fox deal they were able to do it, but it's not because Fox had it. I guess is what he's saying. It's somebody else. They kind of work. Yeah. I kind of get what he's saying. It's kind of like the Superboy Superman thing.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I feel like they would have access to anything Vision because nobody wanted the rights to Vision. But I could be wrong about that. But either way, I didn't think we would see White Vision. And sure enough, we got that. And I'm just like, that's crazy. I'm not like I like what they did there, and I'm just like, wow, that's insane. I would not thought we would have seen that. But to me, I'm like, so how do we get like the same company that will give you that, but can't get Icarus's costume right in Eternals? Like, that's weird.
Well, look, what they do is they take shit away and then give it to you 10 years later, so that you can really nerdgasm over it. Once you're more mature and be like, yeah, I shouldn't have cared anyway.
Well, there you go. Speaking of taking things away, Oz, you want to talk about Batwoman getting edited out of Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Did
I don't know. Do you?
I don't.
Say what?
I mean, it's a simple story. They cut her out of the final scene for the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they're all like standing together because Ruby Rose quit being Batwoman. But it doesn't make sense because story-wise, she's not Batwoman after that incident. It's not like they retconned her like, oh, she's never been Batwoman, or she's never existed.
Right.
So I don't. Right. Only thing I can think of is maybe like either she pissed off somebody or she doesn't want her image used at all for it.
Do you think
it doesn't make?
Look,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense because that's something that was already shot. Now it is technically new promotional material, but it's using old footage. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's somebody at Warner's that's mad at her, or
I feel like it has to be like they are not happy with her versus she, like, because I feel like they have the rights to that stuff. So
yeah, and it kind of I mean, she did kind of just leave them like just out of nowhere.
Yeah, no,
they were already gearing up for
agree.
season 2 when she left.
I
When
agree.
it happens, you just move on. Like, you don't try to edit them out. Like,
it's petty.
Some bullshit.
Yeah,
but this is why I had Oz take this story up. I'm like, Oz, like you're a petty expert. Like,
but here's the thing. I have to agree with you, Lawrence, because while I understand why they would do it, assuming Ruby Rose had nothing to do with it, assuming this was all just Warner's or CW, I understand why they're angry. I understand why they would do it, but it is petty as hell.
It's petty.
Wait, is Superman smaller than Supergirl? Or is he just standing back?
No, he's small.
No, he's smaller. Look, this dude is the worst Superman.
Shut up, Larry. You haven't seen Superman and Lois?
I don't need to look at Superman and Lois. I've been watching this fool on all other shows.
I haven't seen it. Oh,
no.
Like,
listen, why would I watch the worst Superman?
Oz, we're gonna have to do a FF one shot. If you don't know what FF one shot is, it's a series we have on the channel here. Link up here somewhere, where we just talk about shit that Larry refuses to talk about.
That's what FF one shots are. You're right.
Lawrence,
stuff that I'm like, you know what? Oh, y'all want to do that? No.
He's been bringing it up for weeks, and you never like. Every time we're like, oh, we're not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about stray dogs.
See,
what are we talking about?
Here's the thing, Lawrence. Here's the thing you're not understanding about this show.
No.
Wow, this actor is the worst actor you could hire for Superman. Superman as the character in this show,
don't tell him
it is one of the best written Superman.
Yeah, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Let him find that out on the Oz and Mo one shot. Look, because
why are you leaving Jay out? Jay watched it.
He hasn't watched it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's what I look. I do my pre-production, Larry. I know he didn't watch it. I asked him if he watched it. But yeah, look, we're not.
I'm behind on all my DC stuff.
Yeah,
I've been busy.
Yeah,
binge reading Invincible.
Now, what I do, what I would have to add to this, or I guess ask about this Ruby Rose thing is like, this is the crisis that's coming up, right?
No, that's the end of the last crisis.
It's the one that passed already.
That's when Barry Allen created Justice League.
Who's not watching DC TV?
I didn't talk about no DC TV. I'm talking about Superman and Lois. That's different.
That's DC TV?
Yeah, but I didn't say nothing. I knew you not watching Superman and Lois. I'm talking about you not watching Superman and Lois.
Man, the show came on like last week for the first time.
There's 4 episodes out already. It's been a month.
No, wait. Is that true?
No, there's 2.
That can't be true.
No, there's 3. There's at least 3. There's at least 3.
No, episode 2 came out yesterday.
See,
no, there's
exactly.
There's 3 on the app.
It's not 3 on the app. It's probably
there's a making of.
Exactly.
Is that
exactly.
Right.
It's like, dude, come on, man. It's like you out here talking to me like I'm out here being delinquent, and it's like, man, why do I gotta rush to watch this terrible ass show?
You're not being delinquent. You're just, you're just
this terrible ass. The other show where Superman is shorter than Lois Lane. The next one. Come on, man, get out of here.
By the way,
that's the old lady I'm apologizing to.
I'm just sitting here like I'm trying to figure out how we can mess around and get short ass Superman multiple times, but the only Wolverine we have is tall as hell. That doesn't make any sense. What the hell is happening with the world?
By the way, that making of is part of a scam CW ran on people because they said that the premiere was going to be premiere. And while the episode was longer than normal, I think normal episode's 40 something minutes. This one was a full hour and something. The rest of that 2-hour premiere was that making of episode.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
See?
Like history documentary
Oh.
on the.
There it
Because
is.
I was watching the first episode and it just took forever.
That's why I don't watch the show, man. I'm conscientiously objecting because for the
Don't
culture.
actually love this.
For the
No.
Superman.
Don't let him not watch it.
For the culture.
I don't want
like
him to watch it.
I'm like, why can't this Superman shave? I don't understand.
Because it's super
Here's
hair.
the thing. Look, this is. I was gonna save this for the one shot. I was gonna save this for the one shot, but it doesn't matter if he shaves or not in this show. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Lois Lane looks like his mom. It doesn't matter. Like, it's fine.
I'm so mad at you
It's
for
fine.
that. I'm so mad at you for that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
just damn
short. He's
stupid.
shorter than Supergirl. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. If Scott Snyder would have done this for Man of Steel, we would have had a different conversation about the Snyder Cut.
Man of Steel is such a low bar too. Like, why
Look, we're talking about.
You see how?
What do you want me to say? You want me to say, oh, if Christopher Reeve was in this, or what? Like, yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what we have now, Larry. This is what we have now. This is Superman. Lois.
I'm saying,
Superman and Lois is what we have now, and Superman and Lois. Look, you could talk about Superman comics in the last 5 years. Fuck that. Superman and Lois.
Can we get like a Christopher Reeve hologram, like that Coachella?
Fuck Christopher Reeve hologram.
You
Superman
got
and
Brandon
Lois.
Routh. Brandon Routh is a Christopher
Fuck
Reeve.
Brandon Routh. Superman and Lois.
That could get uncomfortable. Like her dick huge.
oh Jesus!
He is a Superman.
I'm just saying, like, we literally just had like episodes where they show you how inept this Superman is compared to other ones. Like, even
look. You watched other shows with him in it. That's just how we saw. We saw a Flash show that was great, and then Flash is in it, and they write him terribly. Are you going to judge the Flash on that?
No.
Exactly. Watch Superman and fucking Lois. Don't judge Superman on what he's been in other shows.
Is it
Superman and Lois?
Are the Superman and Lois people the Supergirl people?
Superman and Lois.
Aren't those the Supergirl people?
No.
Are they
Well,
not?
maybe they are. I don't know.
Oh, well, you should find that out first.
Look,
Before you tell me what
first
to
of all,
watch.
don't watch Superman and Lois. Watch the Fantastic Four one shot. It'll premiere sometime next week.
Okay. Look,
You can only find out if you hit like, subscribe, and the bell.
I'll be waiting with bated breath on that. Like, there it is.
You better masturbate that breath.
I don't know what that means. So
I don't
I'm just
either.
gonna move on. I'm just gonna move right along. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg Berlanti and Katie Aldrin.
I mean, Berlanti's
The Flash people.
The whole
Berlanti's
Arrowverse people.
yeah.
Here's the thing. Berlanti's working on this, but Berlanti has nothing to do with this show other than have it be in the Berlanti verse. Like, not in the writing, not in the plot, not in the executive producing. Like, he just has the
He's
main title because it's his universe.
Yeah, there's no computer
No.
guy.
He's a writer.
He gets a writer credit. Look.
Nah, but he's like executive.
He gets a
producer
writer
too,
credit
right?
because it's the Superman he created for Supergirl.
Mhm.
Like, this is him trying to like hedge his money. But
Like,
trust
he
me,
probably gets a writer credit because he's the guy that gets to approve all the scripts.
we're making me waste my material for the one shot. You could watch the show and you could tell Berlanti didn't write not one word about it, not one word on it.
So this is
Berlanti
the girl that
has
wrote
nothing to do with it other than his fucking name on it. Say that again, Joe.
This is the girl that wrote. She wrote the Mercy episode of Krypton.
Look, I don't know who the fuck she is. I don't give a fuck what she's ever done. She's done this, and that's all that matters. She could
Oh,
do
is that the
Lawrence
chick?
was asking if it's the same person that did Supergirl.
No, but is that the young lady they fired because she was trying to make things more diverse?
I doubt it.
The black lady. What's
I
her
doubt
name?
it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Look, You can't. I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is you can't go in what you know of the CW verse. Fuck, man. All right, I guess I'm gonna just edit this segment out, and that's gonna be the one shot, because you can't go whatever you think about the CW verse and your expectations of this Superman, this swarthy ass Superman, and this old ass Lois Lane. But you go in to watch this and you realize, you know what? There's a reason why this was the most watched show in the CW history for the last like 2-3 years. Because it's really like the rebirth of that little thing. Like they could just get rid of everything else and just start from here, and it's going to be a whole bar of quality for the CW verse.
So you're saying
All
like
I
this?
do is that since you guys have been talking about this show, I've heard the word swarthy more than I've heard it in the past decade.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a reason for that. Because a Semitic Superman. Which is fine now, like when you think about Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel, like creating Superman, it's like, yeah, you know what? He's a little,
That's a little too much swart for me.
Yeah, look, that's what Hitler said too. When he in that speech when he talked about he hated Superman.
Is that what Hitler said?
Yeah, he said
worth for me.
Yeah,
sounds like Hitler.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Hitler. It was the other guy, Goebbels. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
You never heard that speech, Goebbels, where he mentioned Superman in it? Like he was attacking America and he used Superman as an example of like the Jews. It's like, oh, he's a Superman, but he's got black hair and all of his skin. Like, you never heard that speech?
I know. I have not.
Yeah, it's in the history books. Like it's in the newsreels.
Oh, okay.
Where he mentions Superman and he talks about that. Like he's a Jew Superman. And take that face.
Well,
yeah, look,
that sounds familiar.
That muscle suit does that guy no favor. He looks like Fist of the North Star. Like just a little tiny head, and then like all of a sudden.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They balance that muscle suit well because when he's in clothes, he looks buff. So it's not like a drastic change. It's not like Fat Fleck, like in Justice League reshoots. You know what I mean?
No, it's like Shazam, but like they cut the padding down like
not like Shazam. Like this dude, like
he's fluffy.
I get what you're saying, but when he's in the suit, when he's the dad, Clark Kent dad, like he's buff as hell. Like he's lifting like tea. He's over here pouring tea and shit, and his forearms like.
I don't know how you could see the muscle through the hair.
That's what
you can see it through a fucking sweater. Like this motherfucker, you can see his triceps through a sweater, and then they put a muscle suit. And the thing about the muscle suit in this Superman and Lois is, it's really just airbrushed for definition, and it's airbrushed just like at the abs.
It's got the color pattern to make it look like he's like the muscles.
Right.
But and Lawrence is complaining that he doesn't think this guy shaves. Honestly, with how hairy this guy is, I'm pretty sure he shaves before every scene.
That's hilarious.
Dad bod Superman.
But he doesn't have a dad bod, right? The guy's in shape.
He's in shape.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Like I'm not saying that he's out of shape. I'm just saying he's short and doesn't look like Superman. That's really all I'm saying.
Look, you watch this show, and I guess since I'm doing the one shot here, I'll just go into it. So thanks, Larry.
No one's asking you to do that.
No, but
just for the record,
you baited me into.
I've done nothing.
Yeah, you did everything.
Oh.
So the beauty of the show isn't that it's.
I was talking about Batgirl. Getting edited out of a shot. That's all I was talking about. I don't know anything else.
The beauty of the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, Batwoman. You're right.
The beauty of the show is that it's not a Superman show necessarily.
No, that's not a beauty. Look, he's like, that's not a bug. That's a feature. I'm like, what?
Well, it's Superman and Lois.
The beauty of Lois is that it's not a Superman show, really. Like,
it's Superman's family life. He's trying to raise kids. And it's like you talk about, Superman became a journalist because it's something where his powers wouldn't give him an edge over everybody. Now he's trying to be a fucking parent to teenage boys. And it's like, his powers can't help him there.
A little.
I mean, he let Lois fuck another dude. I don't think I could ever do that.
No, jeez, man. Look.
You look.
Can we just move on? Like y'all should like y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all to save this for the one shot.
We already did the one shot. That's it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask y'all to.
You ruined it. You guys kept asking questions, and I kept asking.
I asked 0 questions. I listen. What I'm not interested in is Superman and Lois. Like I'm just like I'll watch it so that we all can talk about it.
We'll watch it. No, it's okay.
But
we already talked about it. You don't need to watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, look,
I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna enjoy it.
I will take that favor. We do have other casting news. Jay, do you want to talk about Borderlands?
Yeah. So Ariana Greenblatt got cast as Tiny Tina for the Borderlands movie. Apparently, Hollywood has run out of white people, and this is what's left. Now, I will say, at the very least, she is like around the right age. But yeah, that's our
and
story.
she looks like her. Like that skin tone's not that far apart,
dude. I feel like when she's blonde, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. Like that little girl.
That's what they said about Jessica Alba.
No.
That's exactly what they said.
Listen, like
they actually never even had that thought back then.
Look, let me tell you, Sue Storm is your standard run-of-the-mill white woman.
Yeah.
And Jessica Alba does not look like a white person. Period. This little girl, blonde, like Tiny Tina and that little girl have the same nose. Look at their nose.
What makes you think she's gonna be blonde? And that's not the same.
Well, they haven't said that she's not gonna be, so we're assuming based on the source material.
Right. I like it. Like I'm hoping they will make her hair blonde because that's what the character's hair looks like. But I could be wrong. You're right. Like they very well could just be like, oh no, she's fine just the way she looks. I'm not saying that hasn't happened in the past, but I feel like once she has her hair blonde or has a blonde wig, you all are going to be a lot more satisfied with the way that this whole thing turns out.
The funny thing about this is because we had like a whole long discussion on the pre-production text, like it just kept going on and on and on until I discovered that this movie is going to be distributed by Disney.
Why did it go on and on until you discovered it was?
Because you kept talking about how she's perfect and she's already white enough, and I don't know what nonsense you were spewing. And then we found out that it's gonna be distributed by Disney, so we know why you were defending it.
I'm just like all you gotta do is look at the picture.
Yeah, they looked.
It feels really disingenuous, and it feels really like a cop out.
A cop out to
make
what,
her
Joe?
not white.
I think Joe's giving it too much credit. I think they don't give a fuck about the source material. They just picked somebody that can act well and is a kid. Like I don't think they're putting that much thought into it.
I'm telling you that they don't.
That's the thing.
Based on the casting for Claptrap, they don't care.
But I do care. This is important to me. Like
who's
they went around and they fucking canceled Tina, and this feels like it's a part of that.
Wait, what do you mean they canceled her? What's that mean?
So basically, there was some controversy where everyone was like bitching and whining about Tina because she's white and she speaks a mix of crazy and street. And so everyone was like, oh, she can't do that. She's white. Why would she? Oh, blah, blah, all this bullshit. And the guy even ended up apologizing, which is bullshit.
Like the writers of Borderlands?
Yeah.
Because crazy and street aren't associated with white people?
Apparently,
that's even more racist.
Yeah, that sounds way more racist.
Like you never met a tweaker.
White people can't say badunkadunk, apparently.
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
Does Tina say badunkadunk?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't play Borderlands, so I don't know.
Me neither, but I know how to nod on cam.
Yeah.
Listen,
So it's like it just feels wrong. Like they're winning. Like these goddamn snowflake ass.
she's half Jewish.
That's not enough.
How much more white do you want her to be?
I want her to be 100%.
Oh,
Straight from,
pure Aryan white.
yeah.
I pure look.
If you have to bleach her hair, she ain't white enough.
We need that superwoman.
Jesus, Jay.
She's so white she can't raise her hand because she'll get in trouble.
She can't be like, okay.
But yeah, the people making this movie don't give a crap about the game.
Claptrap?
Jack Black.
The robot, the annoying robot. That
No. I'm sorry. Like I was mean the casting. I know who the robot.
Jack Black.
Yeah. Okay. Like Jack
According
Black.
to Tabor Claw.
Now, why do you feel like Jack Black can't do a good Claptrap?
Because Jack Black is gonna Claptrap. His personality is established in the games.
No,
And by the way, he's going to be a little tiny robot, so you could get the actual voice actors, that they use for the game.
no, I mean, I get all
But
that.
they're going to get Jack Black, and Jack Black is just going to be Jack Black talking out of a little robot.
Now, why do you feel that? Like, why do you
Because
feel like
he's
Jack Black doesn't
That's
have
what he does.
range?
It's okay. Look, I saw people that said they wish Kevin Hart would have got the part. Same thing. Kevin Hart is the type of dude that is just going to play Kevin Hart.
Yeah, you hire him for him.
Wait, first of all, like, wait a minute. Like, while I agree with your assessment of Kevin Hart, and I understand where that comes from, because Kevin Hart's hilarious, but you're right, he doesn't have a lot of range. Jack Black, while people do hire him to be Jack Black in a lot of movies, Jack Black has range. Like, Jack Black can be Claptrap if that's what the people want in the movie. Now, if you're mad at Jack Black because they want Jack Black and not Claptrap, then that's different. But don't make it seem like Jack Black can't be Claptrap from Borderlands.
I'm not mad at Jack Black. Jack Black is cashing the check. That's fine. I get it. I'm mad at the people making the movie. They don't care about the source material. They're gonna. But you
don't feel like Jack Black.
They're gonna write it. They're gonna write it for Jack Black.
Here's the thing. It's kind of a cop-out to hire a celebrity when you have a voice. Like Claptrap has a voice. You can bring that voice into the movie, and it's kind of a dick move that they're not.
Like you're basically like,
but see,
that's like saying it doesn't make sense that they hired somebody else to be Megatron in the Transformers movie. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you in the sense that I would have preferred just them to hire the voice actor from the cartoon.
No, Lawrence, you're not understanding. It's not who they hire. It could be whoever the hell they want. What I want is for that whoever they hire to play Claptrap like Claptrap in.
No, I hear that.
I don't have the confidence that Jack Black will do that. That's what he might. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I'm wrong. But I see Jack Black in his character. You might as well have Kevin Hart. It's just going to be whoever that he's going to put his own personality into it. Look, maybe I'll be wrong, but right now that's how I see Jack Black.
I will say Jack Black is closer to Claptrap than Kevin Hart is.
I agree.
But yeah, it's kind of a dick move. And I like Jack Black. Like, not a lot, but I respect his range.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that it's a major motion picture, right? So you hire people that are going to bring
asses in seats.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't really like that principle.
Yeah, but your money's not on the line.
I mean, I think it'd be different if we were talking about a bigger thing. Like if you're talking about like a Justice League movie, you can hire unknowns to be all of those heroes as long as they look and act like the heroes, because people will come just to see Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman. But you can't do that with Borderlands. Like people that don't play that game don't know what that is. So what's going to bring them to the theater is Jack Black.
People making that movie don't know what that is either. You're
Right.
proving my point.
That's the thing.
I'm really not.
That's the thing. Like, that's the other thing. Like, Claptrap should not have a major role.
Shouldn't he?
No.
Look, I feel like Claptrap and what's the other guy? Handsome Jack? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Those are the only two things I know about Borderlands.
I know the guy that has my hairstyle.
Like, I'm just saying, like, is Claptrap not a major part of the franchise?
He's a mascot, but he's not like a major character. He's there. He gives you a couple missions, but yeah, he's not any more major than like your main characters.
Okay, I mean, who are the main characters of Borderlands?
It changes
like
everything.
Roland, like Lilith, Brick, Mordecai.
See, I guess what I'm saying to you is this: is I'm a gamer, but I don't play Borderlands. I know what it is, and I would be interested to go see a movie. But all those people you mentioned, I don't know who any of those people are.
You
Well,
don't
that's
play
because
the game. Like, yes, they put like, okay, Steve is more recognizable than Claptrap. Steve is on.
I don't know who that is.
If you let me finish my sentence, I'm about to tell you who he is.
Yeah, Larry.
The guy on every single cover of the game.
The dude with the gas mask
Yeah,
is recognizable.
yeah.
I don't think you're right. Like
He's the logo.
I mean, but again, it's like you all are talking about people that play the game. They're like, oh yeah, we all know Steve. It's like, dude, the number of people that know Steve is like a football stadium worth of people. That's not a successful movie.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, I'm gonna let
Which
it go.
goes to what I said is they don't care about the gamers.
But you gotta make
gamers have their game.
like you can care about the gamers. Like Jack Black can make Claptrap sound like Claptrap if that's what the producers want. That can happen because he has that kind of range. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know.
The makers of the game don't really care about the game.
You know what you sound like, Lawrence? You know what you sound like to me right now?
Mm-mm.
You sound exactly like the people that said, yeah, Michael Bay can make Transformers. Sure. Let's give it to him. He'll make us money.
Yeah, no, but he's right, and he's okay. It is like that, but that's fine because
it's not. Because those movies are terrible.
Yeah, and Borderlands going to be terrible too.
Not necessarily.
Look, the odds aren't in its favor. All right.
Why
Transformers is terrible.
The only two casting choices I know about Borderlands are both people like that chick looks like she could be Tiny Tina, and Jack Black could be Claptrap.
Wait, so you're describing Transformers exactly? Like the people like us are the you, and you're like the general audience that loves Transformers, even though it's not Transformers.
No, that's not true. Like you look, what I know is this is if you had made Optimus Prime look like Optimus Prime, more people would be more happy. There were people that were like, well, it doesn't have to look all the way.
We're not talking about like, look, you want to go by proportions, and we'll be here all day. The fact of the matter is, it's really like Larry's opinion is based on the fact that he doesn't play Borderlands. But you'll see the movie. They got his money.
No.
Look,
that's absolutely
they got his money.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing: is everybody wants Optimus Prime to look like Optimus Prime. That's why we've gotten to this point.
You want Optimus Prime to look like Optimus Prime.
No. Everyone knows what Optimus.
Here, the people that watched the movie, 75% of them didn't give a fuck what he looked like.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, Mo
No,
told
it's
us
true.
about how
They accepted it.
kids.
It's true.
Mo told us about how there's people who prefer the Babe former version of the character.
It's that's just the way it goes, Larry. And this time, you know what, Joe? Look,
No, he
this
was
time,
talking about
look,
Bumblebee.
hold
He
on,
was talking
hold
about
on.
Optimus Prime.
Joe's feeling like I feel looking at Eternal shit. Guess what, Joe? It's your turn now. That's all that is. Next story.
Real quick, before the next story, Black Compass says a movie adaptation of any book, comic, game can never accurately recreate the experience of the source.
Yeah.
But they can come close.
They
What
can
about
try.
300?
If they tried, I'd give them credit.
They could give you something totally different that's amazing, just like Superman and Lois.
Oh wow!
Or like Scott Pilgrim.
Wow!
Also, Larry, I meant to say this in the one shot earlier, but you know, you were rushing me to get out of that segment. But
I rushed you.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what I did? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
you gave me the finger that we used to use in radio. Now we can't do it, and it looks weird on cam. But that Superman was the dude in Road to Perdition, and he was amazing in Road to Perdition.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's.
I
a
didn't
bad
realize
actor.
that. I didn't realize that till I saw him be good in Superman and Lois. I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Road to Perdition.
I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm saying he doesn't.
Yeah, look,
play
like, next
Superman
story,
well.
next story. Yeah, enough. Like Superman and Lois.
Oh, I love how he said that. Like I brought it up.
Yeah, so, Larry, you're making the segment too long.
Oh, right. Everybody knows. Like
I'm
So
gonna have a hard time editing this shit.
it's looking like they might replace Cara Dune with Hera from Star Wars Rebels.
I was excited when you sent that story, and then I realized that I don't know who Hera is, and I thought that was an actual actress, and I'm like, okay, who am I going to beat off to in the Mandalorian now? And it's not anybody. Like they didn't name an actress, right?
Well, no.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
so it's a non-story. Yeah, it's a non-story.
Wait, how is that a non-story?
Like you're getting another character instead of her. Like,
how
yeah.
are you not beating off the Hera?
I don't know who she is.
Wait a minute. Like, well, because Mo doesn't watch the show.
I don't watch shows with lightsaber slingshots.
Which reminds me, Ezra Bridger has been casted.
Yeah. No, it's not Bringer.
Oh.
It's
That's
the
Hera,
guy,
Mo.
the guy from
Yeah, I mean, I know who the character is. I was looking to see what actress is going to be playing her, and there's no actress, so I don't give a fuck.
She's gonna look like that no matter what actress plays her.
It's about the performance, Larry. Art of
right.
acting. Like
As
I want to
he-
know
as
who's
he-
going to bring that character to life.
As he has his penis in his hand.
Yeah, look,
It's about the act. Look, she's not a thespian.
yeah. Is she going to get in the credit? Oh yeah, Golden Globe, here it comes.
Exactly.
This look.
You nasty bastard.
I almost beat off Nomadland because what's her name? McDermott shit in the bucket. I'm like, oh, that's gonna get her an Oscar.
adding that character just raised the budget, right? Because they got to do that makeup.
Yeah, probably. Even though, like, you know,
At least they have a budget and they're willing to do makeup.
I mean, they did it in The Mandalorian in season 1, right? And like Home Chick in season 1 of Mandalorian, like her head tails weren't that great.
Yeah.
I remember looking at them and I'm just like, oh, those look very static.
Well, even who are you talking about? You talking about Rosario?
No,
Because her head tails weren't that great either.
No, hers were better.
And can we please say Leku?
No, I don't. Look, why? Do I have to say
Because
Leku?
that's what they're called.
I mean, but do I have to say
Not in
that?
the common tongue. That's in their tongue. We speak the common tongue right here.
In basic, they're called Leku.
What I'm saying is, because they're not real people, I don't have
It's
to
technically
respect
like
their culture,
hair,
right?
But they get longer
I have to respect
the
their
older they
culture,
get.
even though they're fake. I don't think.
Yeah, but they can't trim it or cut it.
Yeah.
I'm not calling them Leku.
I'll call
If
them
that-
Leku just
if
so
that-
Lawrence doesn't respect people's cultures.
If that makes me intolerant, so be it. I'm just saying. Look, I'll go on the record right now. I'm not calling him
Larry's bigotry reaches a galaxy far away.
Listen, look, I'll call him Leku when they make him look lifelike. How about that? Look, if they look like they deserve to be called Leku, I'll call him Leku. Until then, I'm like, nah, man. Those are head tails.
Favreau's like,
those are head tails. Mandalorian season 1 had head tails. Hopefully, Rangers of the New Republic have Leku.
Disney.
Because it's another powerful woman of color.
What? She's you son of a bitch. I hate you so
You
much.
can't say she's not of color.
Oh my god.
She's green.
Okay. I'm ready for the next story already. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, there's this petition about this guy to play Wolverine, Jared Kessler.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I didn't know who he was.
I've watched that show and I don't like it.
Wait,
What's his
so
name?
I'm about to show you him right now. Jared Kessler. He's this dude right here.
Oh yeah, the name that run after him that Han Solo did.
Oh, boo. I don't like that joke at all, Oz. It's okay.
That's worse than that casting.
Wait, so you've seen the
This
show?
is already going
Yeah.
bald.
I watched the show.
What show is it?
It's called Letterkenny, and
So-
it's like.
What?
Go ahead, Jake. Ask
No,
me.
I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
It's called Letterkenny. It's Canadian, and it's about Canadian hillbillies, and they're just drinking, smoking pot, trying to make money. And this guy's just like the silent, tough guy, and he just like, I guess. Look, I don't
Does
even.
he actually smoke cigars?
I think he smokes cigarettes, but look, the thing is, the cigar thing. Disney's not going to do cigars because he's a hero. You know, they don't want kids smoking. Just
Hey,
like
no one asked you about what Disney gonna do.
like
We
you
asked
can't use
cigars.
cigars as a thing for Wolverine.
I
Disney's
feel-
not going to do it. Like that's not going to be it. Like at this point, he could play Wolverine because if they make Wolverine a quiet guy, then he can do it. But it's not going to be good, and you know.
I want to be good.
Because he just doesn't look like him. He doesn't feel like he's gonna be Wolverine. But he looks like he could kick ass. He beats up people like every other episode. Like here's the thing. This guy just hangs out, like chewing tobacco and shit, and then people come to challenge him to fight at his lawn, where he's selling like tomatoes from his farm.
That
And
guy
then he
looks
beats them up, and then they're cool again. And then he tries to like some girls want to fuck him, and then he might or might not, and then. You know, and then his sister's a slut, so he has to defend her honor, even though she's a slut, and she just laughs because he's just like, she knows that anybody that talks shit to her is gonna get beat up by him. So, I mean, the show's a pretty good show. That's not Wolverine. Like that guy's not good. Like,
I haven't seen the show. I watched like
they made an animated thing for the show where it's called Letterkenny, the live action. They made Little Kenny. And it's them as little kids, so it's similar circumstances, but animated. And the Little Kenny is actually pretty entertaining and funny after you've seen the actual live action show.
I didn't like Winter Gas animated, so I didn't try Little Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Little Kenny, Letterkenny, I mean, if you like Letterkenny, Little Kenny, you'll enjoy. But it's Larry left. I interrupted him too many times.
I think what they should do is cast this guy as Sabretooth and then make Tyler Hoagland a Wolverine.
Who's Tyler Hoagland?
Superman and Lois.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, look, that guy's a better shot at being Wolverine than that guy. But
He's short and hairy.
Look, I'll tell you what, this dude from Letterkenny, like, he could be a good Gambit. You put him as Gambit, he could do it. Like, he knows... I'm judging by his performance in Letterkenny. He knows when to talk and when to shut the fuck up. And that's kind of Gambit's thing. Like, Gambit talks a lot of shit and charms people, but if he needs to be quiet to get shit done, he could be quiet to get shit done. Yeah.
Oh, he's a lot smaller than Hugh Jackman.
Who, the Letterkenny guy?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
5'10".
Oh.
That's pretty close. Wolverine's what, 5'8"?
5'3".
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 5'3", 350. He's like me. But yeah. What's the next story on the docket? I don't. Larry left us this
You get
grave
tired of our
response.
nonsense.
Yeah. I'll never take Larry for granted again.
So it looks like 6 of your favorite Dr. Seuss books are being recalled and unpublished because they contain racist imagery. So apparently the Dr. Seuss Foundation basically wants to pretend like that's never happened, and they want to like whitewash his image.
Yeah.
That he never did anything untoward. Like, it's pretty shady.
Yeah.
Rewrite history.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's shameful.
Digital book burning.
The thing about Dr. Seuss books is that these books are books that even if you're a Dr. Seuss fan, they haven't been around for a while.
No,
Like, they're out, but I've never DreamWorks never optioned to make one of these. Like they're the unknown books. I made my thesis at Harvard on Dr. Seuss, and I didn't know about some of these books. And they're just like obscure, kind of like they're not. Maybe they were big in their time because the times are changing. Back then that was a hit. That was on everybody's coffee table. That was in everybody's nursery school. But the people themselves actually pushed those books out and didn't show them to their kids, without any kind of oversight from the foundation or corporations or whoever is in charge of this, And I'm with you, Joe. Like, I hate that they kind of whitewash the past to kind of like make him seem not as bad, but it's like, if you're not going to do that for H.P. Lovecraft, don't do it for Dr. Seuss.
And well, it shouldn't be done for anybody.
Right.
Like, we should take everyone, like the whole person, like, and no one's saying that he was like some bigoted, racist, derogatory term.
Yeah.
Like, we're just saying he had some racist images.
Yeah.
And maybe he was racist, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. It was a different time back then. Things that were seen as acceptable then aren't now. Standards are always going to change. And just trying to like erase that history is wrong. Like, erasing history is not a good idea. Like,
Wait, but
this
isn't erasing history, right? I mean, they're not like editing the books that are already out there. They're just not publishing them anymore, right?
I mean, that's literally erasing. You're deleting it.
No, it's not.
It is. You're removing it. You're getting rid of it.
It's literally not. Like, all the books that have already been published are still there. They're not changing them. They're saying, you know what? We don't need to publish this book anymore. That's not erasure, right?
Digital book burning.
Right
now.
I'm just saying, like, it's like basically saying, like, hey, you know what? Like, I mean, if we're like, it's problematic, huh?
Gotta expand your definition of erasure.
No, I don't. Like, erasure means erasing. The books are still there.
If you own them digitally, they'll erase them.
Why do I need to make more racist books?
If you own them digitally and they delete them, that's not erasing.
Why do I need to make more racist books?
Is the book racist?
Listen, somebody thought so, but I'm asking the question. I mean, if I have a problem with it, why do I need to make more of them? So that you can feel good? That's crazy.
Well, it's not even about feeling good or not. Like, I know what you're saying, Larry, and I'm kind of siding. I agree with what you're saying in that context, but
like, Dr. Seuss,
honestly, like, how
not in question.
Did they release a press release saying we're not going to publish these anymore? Is that
That's
like
literally the story. We're not going to
yeah?
publish it
And
anymore.
that's the thing. It's like if you really didn't want to, you know what? Well, let's sneak this under the rug. Like like why make a whole announcement? You know what I mean?
But
You
there's
got to
nothing wrong with
virtue
making an
signal. You
announcement.
got to get the praise because
I
you.
mean, that's even more disingenuous, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
that's
more
what I'm
what?
getting at. Disingenuous.
What? Why is it disingenuous to say that we're not going to do it?
Look,
No, I mean, I was saying not saying anything and just like,
Oh yeah, doing it under the rug, right? Like it's like you're sneaking, right? Like I'm saying, like there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, because there are people that probably want the books,
and they can
and if,
get them at Goodwill because that's not the books that
well,
everybody wants.
but I'm saying if they're looking for new copies, you can tell them like, hey, we're not going to publish those books anymore because they have problematic images, which is okay, I think.
I don't think so.
But why not? Like that's not even censorship. It's literally like the books are out there still. Because we choose not to make anymore, like you don't have no right to that book. If you want it, you can go get it. It's still there. There's books that have not been published for hundreds of years. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's just like,
Yeah, I just don't agree with your definitions of erasure and censorship. Like, I think differently.
but I guess what I'm saying is
we're not going to agree on this one.
But how can you call it being censored if they put out a book without the images? That would be censorship, right? And you would have been unhappy about that,
right?
But if they just don't put out the book at all, that's not censorship. That's just a choice. Do they have to put the book out?
By refusing to do it, yes, that is censorship.
No, it's not. They have a choice, right? They're free. Are they not free?
Yeah, they're free to do it.
So if they're free, how is that censoring?
Because they're free to censor stuff. Like that is your God-given right. Censorship
but
is your God-given right.
I'm offended that
if you control it, if you control IP or anything, you are free to censor it if you want.
But not putting it out is not the same as censoring.
The only thing you're not free to do is to go into people's homes and take their books.
Let me put
you is you're free to do it. You're free to censor the fuck out of whatever you want.
Let me ask you this question.
I don't like it.
Let me ask you this question. If I wrote a book and I just don't publish it at all, am I censoring the book?
You're depriving your fans.
I think that's more like deprivation, yeah.
But it's not censorship.
Right.
I'm making a choice not to share it, right?
Right.
So what's the difference between that and doing it with a book that's already been out? Like, it's like there's copies.
That's exactly the difference. The difference is it was out. Like if you were to make a book,
it's still out.
And then you say, hey, okay, I'm not selling that anymore. That's
look. I want to. I say we revisit this story in like a few months and see how many of these are on eBay and who has the account. Because if the
they're already going
Foundation has the account, they're gonna make the money.
Wait, what'd you say, Oz?
They're already going for like 1,000, 1,200 on eBay.
That's wild.
Say one thing. The point of censorship is to get rid of things that people find objectionable. So if you're putting a book out for sale and then stopping it for no discernible reason or for a reason that isn't because people are uncomfortable, then that would not be censorship. If the reason you're not publishing something is because people find it uncomfortable, then that is censorship.
So even if it's just me, like what if I don't like it?
If you don't, what do you mean? Like
I'm saying, like what if I'm like, it's a bad book. I don't want it to be published anymore. If I'm the person that's uncomfortable with it, is that censorship still?
If it's your own book?
Yeah.
And you're uncomfortable with it?
Yeah.
No, not if it's you.
It happened to Jerry Lewis.
See, I feel like it's real arbitrary what you're talking about. Like it doesn't sound like censorship.
It's kind of not.
Because it's like they own I get it. Like they didn't write it, but it's like if
They
they're
own
like,
the rights, and they're not publishing it because people might get offended.
they literally have the right to not do that though. Like
Yes, they have the right to censor their books. Like,
But it's
that's
not-
what I'm saying. They
can't
have the
say-
right to censor the
you
book.
can't call it censorship if they don't put it out anymore. That's not.
It's still
Yeah,
Yes,
censored.
anyway.
From
It really isn't. But okay.
from
Let's-
Twitch
next
chat.
story.
From Twitch chat, before we move on, from Twitch chat, Black Combat says Disney doesn't let Song of the South out of the vault, but we all know it exists, and Walt Disney is racist as fuck.
We don't talk about Disney that way on this show.
No, I mean, Song of the South is racist.
I got you, man. I got you.
It's unquestionably racist. And if they're like, hey, we don't want to put that out anymore,
Now, there is something interesting I heard, and I did not look this up, but as far as Disney and censorship, what I've heard is they do have a lot of their questionable materials on Disney Plus, but they're just not accessible if you're on a kid's account.
yeah.
Like, for example, the Aristocats.
And
I
they
heard
play,
it's on Disney Plus as long as you're not on a kid's account.
yeah, and they play like a
What's
disclaimer in front
questionable
of it.
about what's questionable about Aristocats?
The Siamese cats.
Oh no, you're talking about that's not Aristocrats, right? That's
Yeah, it is.
Are there Siamese cats and Aristocats too?
Where else are they Siamese cats?
Where else are they?
Aren't they in Lady and the Tramp?
That was my least favorite one.
I mean,
You know what? You might be right. I might be getting the two mixed up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
No,
Lady-
Blind Compat in chat says there's a Siamese cat in Aristocats too. I know he was the drummer, but I didn't.
It
Maybe
might be
I'm
in
not-
both. Like I'm not an Aristocats fan, but I know there's
And
two Siamese cats in Lady and the Tramp. I'm pretty sure.
And Disney like
And they play
recycle
disclaimer. I'm sorry, what?
Disney recycles stuff like the animation scenes in their shit. So it could have been the same Siamese cat in both movies. Yeah.
I was thinking there is Siamese cats in the Aristocats.
Okay.
I don't know about Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
It's a Black Combat says, and then the two twins in Lady in the chat, but I think she means
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp has two Siamese twin cats. Yeah, and they sing that Siamese song, which is like it's super racist, but I love that song.
Of course you do, because you're a super racist. Like your bigotry goes to a galaxy far away.
I was a little kid
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was racist.
Yeah, I didn't either. I loved it. And
Now, I will say, in Lawrence's and my defense, we actually did laugh at the racist against black cartoons also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look.
Listen, absolutely, 100%. But they don't
Well,
make it
here's
okay.
the problem is the problem isn't us. It's the people that make policy and create the systems. And
The problem is all of us.
No, not me. I'm not the problem.
You're definitely the problem.
I accept
part of the
Semitic
problem.
Superman.
No, you're definitely the problem, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Jay,
That's what my
Jay,
kindergarten teacher.
Jay is the problem as well. Oz
No,
is
I'm
definitely
part of the problem.
Oh no, you're the problem. I'm just saying,
So
if you can get right, a lot of things would get better.
Are you doing the Transformers news?
You know what? We probably should get to these reviews, honestly.
No,
So-
one more story. The segment's so fun.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Go
kidding.
ahead.
No.
Do this. Look, go ahead. Look. If you real quick, Jay, do this terrible Transformers ass news.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it.
Oh, I can do this
But-
terrible ass Transformers ass news.
Do
That's
we have a
fine.
heavy metal minute at all?
No.
Nickelodeon ordered a new Transformers cartoon. The friggin' like they just released a small snippet as far as like what the plot point is or whatever, and it sounds terrible because it's like, like there's a new like species of robot that has to befriend Decepticons and Autobots and humans, and it's just like it's supposed to be a comedy, so I'll give it that, but at the same time, it's like it sounds like it's gonna be like Transformers Pokemon or something, and yeah, it's a bad look. The end.
Well, not the end yet.
Oh no, there's more
Uh,
terrible news.
the executive producer is the rise of the TMNT guy.
Mm. There you well look, not the end because there's more terrible news. There it is. It's like the person that made the worst Ninja Turtles cartoon is gonna make the worst Transformers cartoon.
Now, I will say, Rise of the TMNT is funny.
But is it a good
You're doing-
Ninja Turtles cartoon?
No, it's not a good Ninja Turtles cartoon, but this doesn't sound like it's going to be a Transformers cartoon.
Okay, well, listen,
Yeah.
like we'll be laughing our asses off to not Transformers. That's okay. That's the vibe right now, right? That's the trend. I'm not listen. I'm only a little mad at it. If you all like it, well, not you, but the rest of them, that's fine. Listen, like I've gotten used to not liking Transformers stuff. They made the Transformers the movie studio series toys. I don't know I can ask for anything more than that, right? Like studio series was always Michael Bay, like Bayformers stuff, and then they decided to make Transformers the movie stuff. So hey, I still need a Grimlock though. I don't have a Grimlock yet. So if someone wants to hook me up with that, please, thanks.
I'll get you the Bayformer one.
No, you son of a bitch! It's the Transformers the movie, 1986.
Yeah, Transformers the movie.
It comes with a wheelie.
Oh God, that's awesome,
Dude, it's so good, Jay. I'm surprised we haven't had a conversation about this already.
Tyre Klein chat says, I want a new TMNT series based on the IDW TMNT universe. And I agree with him. I want that. I want more somebody do that so that my stock can go up. My IDW stock. It was doing good.
Stocking that too before you do that.
Make money.
It might be a good time to buy if you want to own some of. Look, I actually, you know what? Forget I said anything about IDW. I don't need that investigation.
God. Make money, Magnum great again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say about the Dr. Seuss thing. That they were gonna change the Cat in the Hat to Cat in the MAGA hat. Sorry.
That's not funny.
I know it's not, but I had to get it out of my system. Otherwise, it's gonna itch me all week.
If I would like read that book just to see what it was.
Yeah, and that's how we got Trump for 4 years, and that's how we're gonna get him in 2024.
I don't think that's true.
You know, I'm gonna get him in 2024.
No, I just don't think that me wanting to read that book is how that happened. Like, I feel like me reading the book and me voting for him was two different things.
Yeah, you voted for him for other reasons. So next story.
No, it's time for reviews.
Yes, let's do some reviews.
Woo! Comic book
Review.
comic book
Like review.
news.
Well, not like that, but like.
I really do like that music.
Too bad we won't have it anymore.
First.
Want to do Nuclear Family?
Yeah, let's do Nuclear Family.
Nuclear Family is an adaptation of a Philip K. Dick book. Philip K. Dick is the dude that brought you Blade Runner, Total Recall, Running Man, Scanner Darkly, and he does these weird movies about, or books rather, that get turned into movies. You know, he's like the original comic book. How they're mining comic books for content. He was the books they go to, his books. And this one was called Breakfast at Twilight, I think it's called. And it's what happens if the Cold War went a different way. And in this book, you see one of these dudes, I forget his name. I was trying to look it up, but I got a Kindle Fire, so that should tell you about that processing speed. So it wouldn't come out. So I had to, yeah. But basically, this dude sells cars, and then he goes home into suburbia, white picket fences, and all that good shit. And he goes, and then the bomb drops, and he goes into his bunker, and he comes out, and it's all fine and dandy, even with the bomb dropping. It's like, living in quarantine for a year. It's like, it can feel. And then but he comes out, and it's like a year later, and they call him a commie motherfucker, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, and that's the last page. Spoilers, but that's the last page. And it's like, holy fuck, where the fuck is this comic going? So that's the beauty of this book, is that last page. All the beginning was just the setup to that one cosmic punchline that makes it so Philip K. Dickian. And it's like if you've seen like Blade Runner, Scanner Darkly, Minority Report, Paycheck.
Wait, did he do all those?
Yeah.
No way. Philip
yeah.
K. Dick with Paycheck?
Yeah.
Sad.
Wow. Huh?
Well, that's bad. Yeah, because it's the movie.
That's
the
sad.
book is different. The book is different.
Dude, I love Paycheck.
Yeah, but I mean,
That
and then
doesn't
he
surprise
did.
me, and I'm not saying that in a condescending way. But I kind of am a little bit.
Dude, it's like, I don't think Paycheck's the best sci-fi movie you're ever gonna watch.
Well,
but at the same time, it's fun.
The thing is, it's a
You
sci-fi
probably
movie.
like that. You probably also like that one, See Into the Future, Nick Cage movie.
I did. I did. I'm yeah.
Like Paycheck is a sci-fi movie done by John Woo. You know what I mean? Like that. What do you think you're gonna get? You know?
I mean, I don't know if I want to.
I mean, John Woo did the one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing.
Yeah, but it's not based on something else.
John Woo. I mean, the one is not an amazing movie. Okay, like the one is a good
It's
movie.
super fun.
Well, that's what I just said about Paycheck. Goddamn.
And the thing about Paycheck, here's the thing. The thing about Paycheck, he had to decipher and maybe get somebody to translate Philip K. Dick's books and make a movie about it. With the one, he had a little less steps in between. So I don't know if
it's like the one because it has martial arts in it.
And the line at the end.
Wow, dude.
Which is like, I am the one.
No, it's like, I'm not your bitch. You are all my bitches.
No.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Those casual racism rears his ugly head.
It's a Joeism. Like,
it's a Joeism.
That's the Joeism.
In any case, the one thing I would say is worth mentioning about that happens in the book is that the guy's daughter smokes.
Right.
That's the one
Joeism.
thing?
Yeah, another Joeism.
That's the one thing worth mentioning?
No, I said that, but I said that wrong. I said
okay.
I should have said the one thing I would add.
Oh, okay.
Is that the daughter smokes.
Got you. Okay. Better.
Because that's going to come up again.
How do you know that?
You know, just from
the first. There's no second issue out yet.
No, but you read the book.
From instinct. I might be proven wrong, but I feel strongly about this, that the daughter smoking is going to come up again, and it's going to be like, it's going to turn into a plot point.
He saw it in a dream.
Well, and that's the thing. You know what? That's the beauty of Philip K. Dick, because that's how that shit works with Philip K. Dick. Like Joe having that instinct and having that's like Joe's living a Philip K. Dick novel.
Jay, the sleeping prophet.
Yeah, the sleeping prophet. Yeah, that sounds just like a Philip K. Dick. Because that, like, Philip K. Dick does the weird the weird titles too, like Man in the High Castle. You know?
Wait, is that a Philip K. Dick story?
Yeah,
too?
that's Philip K. Dick too. And here's how crazy that is of Philip K. Dick, because that's where he started dabbling in alternate history shit.
Oh,
and
wow.
when he did that book, he started using these weird, like, Chinese tarot dice. And he's like, okay, I don't know what to write, so I'm gonna write this story where the Nazis win, but how is it gonna go? And then he rolls the dice. Okay, it's gonna go like, so he was doing like a D&D type of for his characters in his book, and he wrote Man in the High Castle that way. So that's why he goes in these weird branches and all the different characters like have these weird outcomes, and the shit's Philip K. Dick is one of my like idols, even though I don't read books like that because I don't like reading stuff without pictures. But like, I mean, this dude like took acid once and then saw his son have a weird light in his chest, and he said that God told him take him to the doctor, and then they found out his kid had a hole in his heart, like he was like 2 months old, but with acid he saw it, and he was a paranoid schizophrenic that predicted the future, and that's a little
both related to the acid.
If you've listened to the show long enough, that kind of hits a little close to home, because all of a sudden we're living in 2021 and my dad sounds like a normal ass person, sane motherfucker, where my whole life he's like, this motherfucker's crazy, so I always relish when I can read Philip K. Dick works, especially in comics, because I'm not reading no fucking books.
Let me ask you this question. How do you know that it's a year later when the guy comes up out the hole?
I just feel it.
like Jay.
Like I feel like he was
the sensitive prophet Moses.
Yeah, like I feel like he was in the bunker for like a blink of an eye, but when he comes out, the time changed.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like I obviously feel that you're right, because he shouldn't be able to survive after a nuclear blast if he came up in any reason, like in the amount of time that he did. Like he should like get radiation poisoning and die at some point. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, but we don't know. But I don't remember reading anything that was like, oh, 1 year later. But you said it so confidently. I was like, how do you know it was a year?
That's that acid instinct. Like I could diagnose you with my third eye, just like he did his son. Like that's how, and that's one of the things about Philip K. Dick's works, and hopefully we'll see this here, is that the character, there's a lot of stuff clouding his perception and manipulating his judgment, whether it's marketing geared towards you specifically, like we have now, sponsored by YouTube, and but the character has to trust his instincts and kind of do like the Luke Skywalker thing, where he just like closes his eyes and blocks all the lasers with the lightsaber and just trust his instincts. Like
I love how you said that, as opposed to just using the Force.
You just don't understand what a deep understanding of Dick Moses has.
You're
like
right.
His knowledge of Dick
right.
is just it's beyond us.
It's definitely beyond myself.
Fill up with Dick.
Yeah, he's got Philip's dick in his third eye.
Yeah,
all the time. Like we will never understand.
I am sending this to Aftershock Comics, by the way, right? Like,
oh,
sucked.
You're welcome, Aftershock. You're welcome. That's for you. You're welcome.
I hope not, because I actually didn't like this book.
Homepage.
Why don't you don't like it?
What did you like about it?
Look, he's a patriot.
I played the tutorial level of Fallout 4, so I've seen it. But the difference is that level went by quicker.
You wouldn't get Fallout 4 if it wasn't for Philip K. Dick.
That's fine. I'm sure the book is amazing. This book, however, is not.
I will say I thought similarly.
Really?
The Fallout. Well, about the Fallout, like the Fallout opening. Fallout 4 is just an amazing opening, and it makes it hard. Like one of the things I was thinking about too is like alien abduction scene in a comic would have to be like done exceptionally well to be as good as the Prey. Right.
Look, that is a good opening for Prey. But
yeah,
I don't know that I would mess around and be like, oh man, this comic sucks because Prey.
I wouldn't say that, but I think it would have hit harder if it weren't for how amazing Fallout 4 was.
Really?
Are you sure you're not talking about Fallout 3?
No, it's 4.
Fallout
It's the
3
same.
is two, but in Fallout 4, you actually see the bomb.
Right.
Yeah, but all
You
right.
run into the bunker and then you get out a couple years later.
Yeah, but it's like you're just in and out. Like Fallout 3 actually showed you what the bunker was like.
I don't know, man.
And
I kind of feel
like
like
Fallout 3, like that to me, that made it better because it's like you played in the bunker for a little bit. You got some semblance of what it's like to live that life and then go out into the wasteland. Like
doesn't
I'm
Fallout
just looking at it
76
from the
like
perspective.
I was saying, doesn't Fallout 76 like negate all the greatness that happened before with the other Fallout games?
every
No,
20 years
because
or so-
76
Fallout 76.
76 takes place like just a few years after the bombs, where 4 shows you when the bombs happen and then skips 200 years.
No. I get it. What I'm saying is Fallout 76 sucks though.
Well, it
No,
doesn't.
No
You
one's
don't
arguing with
argue.
that.
It used to. It definitely used to. It might be better now.
it was always good. It was just not Fallout 3 or 4.
It
Well,
wasn't.
New Vegas for that matter.
Yeah,
It
4
wasn't always good.
Oh, Vegas is amazing.
Yeah.
We
That's
could
why
go-
I'm like, you guys are talking about Fallout 4, like it's like that, but like New Vegas and 3 were just
No,
ama-
the
No,
opening
just as
is
far
like
as
this
the bomb
comic.
falling,
yeah,
I-
look.
just as far as the bomb falling, Fallout 3 is amazing. New Vegas is amazing. Arguably better games than 4, but you're actually there when the bomb drops in 4.
As you are in friggin'
Right, but
Nuclear Family.
their gripe is that they didn't have the controls and use that bomb falling as their tutorial
I
level.
like to build my character.
Yeah,
Very less
yeah.
interactive, much less
Yeah,
interactive. 'cause
that's
you're
their
reading.
big gripe because really, like,
No.
there's no real difference than this and that Fallout 4
Listen,
opening,
if-
other
if-
than you creating your own character.
If your criticism is the comic book is not a video game, then you're absolutely right. I agree with you all 100%.
My personal criticism is just a little too much slice of life. Like I was really like, let's get this moving. Like the way it ends is a little bit more interesting, but it doesn't make sense
But then if you don't get the slice of life, why do you even care about
Exactly.
the characters?
because I already know the character is just a regular dude living a regular life. I don't need 15 pages of him trying to sell a car.
But you don't. Well, it's not.
But it's
15
not about
pages.
him trying to sell the
Yeah,
car.
Exactly.
That's
It's
my
about-
point. So I don't want to read about him trying to sell a car if it's not.
But no. You read into him selling a car, but you didn't read what happened.
He sold the car for like 3 pages, and that was it.
Yeah, but it's the relationship with him and that other dude.
Right.
Look, that other dude's gone by the end.
Like,
Or is he?
yeah, look, hey. Or was that dude just part of his imagination?
Oh, see, now you go.
That's Philip K. Dick for you.
Come on, man. He's not gonna be like a
So,
mental
Like
construct.
to get, they had to make 4 Blade Runner movies to get you what Philip K. Dick wanted, and you don't know which one is the real one. Yeah, there's like the theatrical cut, the director's cut, the Blu-ray, and then like the final cut, and then they're all
I
different.
think like
They all
there's
have-
actually a couple other
They all have just like 18 like
Wait. So is the 4 movies? They're all just the Blade Runner. It's not even the sequel. Doesn't
not
count.
the sequel. No, the sequel doesn't count. Look,
He's like four versions of just a regular Blade Runner.
there's
There
actually
might
a
actually be
Blade Runner
more.
sequel in the books, and they didn't use that at all for the Blade Runner sequel movie.
Damn.
And but that's the thing. It's like they're all because they can't figure out what Philip K. Dick, like, is he an android or isn't he? Yeah.
Jay, what were you gonna say?
I know one thing we didn't mention is that there's actually more after the final page.
Yeah,
There's
that
like
matter.
5 or 6 pages of propaganda,
Mm-hmm.
which are fun as fuck to read.
I agree.
They're like how to recognize a communist,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of vocabulary they use, what they look like. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was just really fun. A great extra to put in to the book. Like I that part I actually did enjoy.
as opposed to the actual comic.
Lawrence, really quick.
Say that
Blade
again. Al?
Runner, there's 7 versions. There are 7 versions
Wait, what?
of Blade Runner.
There's 7 versions
movie
of the
Blade
original
Runner.
Blade Runner movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
But only like 2 of them that fans swear by.
Well, there's the one that the director like makes the official
director's
one,
cut and the final cut, I think, are the 2 that everybody.
Yeah, and they all differ in like 3 minutes, like just 3 minutes of extra footage, all of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
It doesn't make any sense.
But that's the thing. Is like if making sense wouldn't make that movie that great. You know?
I mean, I've seen Blade Runner. It's like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense because it does to me.
Yeah.
But now there's different interpretations,
right?
But this at this point, this almost feels like I don't know how many different versions there are of the Bible, but what I can tell you without knowing how many there are is that there's more than are necessary.
Oh yeah, there's about 4 more than they are.
Yeah. Oh, more than 4, I'm sure, because there's more versions of the Bible than you realize. And what I'm saying to you is like the differences between certain versions is so slim that it's like, why did we even like make a whole different version of the Bible?
That's because you didn't read the one where they took out all the stuff.
It's like hentai.
Yeah. It's like the Bible's like hentai. Yeah, you're right, Joe.
So what I'm gonna go on the record as saying is
that's the title of this episode.
100% not like hentai. 100%.
It's on the postcard.
I'm not saying what Mo is trying to make it sound like I'm saying, but like
you said it already.
On a hentai site, they'll have like 6 different versions of the same comic. But like maybe 1 or 2 words changed, or like, or it'll be exactly the same but translated by 2 different people. It's like, dude, I don't need all the like. I just need one. I just need one with the adequate translation. And
what does that say, Mo?
The Bible is like hentai.
Please take my name off that. I didn't say the Bible is like hentai. It is like hentai.
Well, it's my visual cue when I'm editing. That's the title of this episode.
There's too many.
I disagree with that, but I want to hear why you think that's so. We've killed Lawrence.
Oh, dude! I'm just saying, like Jay, like that's gonna be the quote that's on Jay's headstone now.
Okay, look, I have to isolate Larry's laugh again because that's the big topic of conversation this weekend. When I said Larry was the topic of conversation, people love your fucking laugh. I didn't realize how many people watch the show when they're like, "Man, Larry laughs really good. Like he loves to laugh."
I do love to laugh, but y'all make it easy when y'all like the Bible's like hentai. Wait, what did Jay just say? Like.
Look, you don't go on hentai sites, but when you're trying to
thank you for corroborating that, friend. I appreciate you 100% endorsing the fact that I don't go on hentai sites.
But it's only because he's racist.
8 different things that are basically the same, with like so many minor differences. It makes it hard to like really find what you're looking for.
So just so I'm understanding, Jay. The major gripe you have is that there's too many different versions of hentai, so you can't find the hentai you're looking for specifically quicker.
Right.
Got it. Okay, listen. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just making sure I understood what it was that you were saying. Because, yeah, look.
I, for one, am here judging everybody.
Yeah, because you're Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad about it, but I do it.
That feels very Catholic of you.
I forgive you.
Thanks. I'll take it. I'll take that. Look, even though it doesn't matter, because only God can judge me. Ooh, take that, Catholic.
No, that's true.
It's true, but they don't act like it.
No, Look, if I can see you're a heathen, I mean, that obviously helps.
Obviously, the Lord.
Yeah. I mean, what are you
The
gonna
Holy
do?
Spirit.
But back to Nuclear Family.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. The S is silent, stupid.
Nuclear.
Dude, I personally really enjoyed this book. I definitely I can understand what you all are saying in the sense that it is definitely very slice of life, but at the same time, I feel like you need that slice of life to better relate to what's happening to that family in the latter part of the book. Um, the ending I felt was like really interesting and made me want to read the next issue, which at the end of the day, I think that that's what like no matter how issue one gets to that point, that's what issues one's job is, right? Do I want to read issue two? If issue one doesn't make you want to read issue two, it's failed as issue one. And I know for me, it made me want to read issue two. I don't know how, I would be interested to find out how the rest of you all felt about it in that regard.
I know when I got to that last page, I was like, I really hope Moses makes us review issue 2 because I'm not sure I care enough to do it on my own. But I do want to know what happens next.
Well, look, but then you do care.
But here's the thing, like that's the thing. He referenced 4 Fallout games, and they all are essentially the same. You're in the vault, you come out, you see the bomb, you go in the vault, you come out, like, and this is just another one of those. Like, what differentiates this from that? Is it because it's a comic form? Like you just did that like 4 times.
That's true.
I kind of did, but I think it's more the character. Like,
but your Fallout character has no character.
Right.
I mean, it has a character.
Which is why I'm not sure that I care about him.
No. He's saying your Fallout character has no character.
Oh yeah, it does. It's me.
What? But the fact is, like technically, that Fallout character has no character. You're projecting all that because you know who you are.
And whatever you do in the game defines you. But you
I'm projecting myself on this guy. Like I'm definitely projecting myself on the video game side.
Well, but that's because immersion, not because that's about the medium. It's not about the story. Like Fallout doesn't do anything to make you project yourself onto it. You only do that because you're playing a game.
What? There have been okay. There was a book we read not too long ago where it's something similar, but I cared more about what was happening there than I do here.
What book was that? I mean, we do a book a week, kind of.
You know, I'm struggling to think of the name.
Wow.
But it ends with Uncle Sam saying, I want you.
That's Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Undiscovered Country is a similar thing. It's like dystopia, whatever, travel. Like, yeah.
I know it's not that similar.
You know, maybe you're right.
Undiscovered Country has Undiscovered Country has a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it when I was done reading it, and I was like, maybe I should go back to that.
Let me ask you this question. Did we read Undiscovered Country before the pandemic or after the pandemic?
Now, I think that might have been our first review in the pandemic.
Okay, so like that makes sense because if it was like March, like that's when we thought like the pandemic would be like a month and a half or like 2 months. I feel like Undiscovered Country, like 3 months into the pandemic, is a whole different thing. Like we would have felt 100% different about that book because we're like we would be able to relate to it in a whole different way. Like you thought it was interesting then. If we had done Undiscovered Country in like friggin' like August, you'd be like, that's my favorite book. Because
Now, I will say, I did kind of think that maybe it was about time and place, but I don't know. There's just something about this book that's not hitting me the way it should.
that's fair.
And it's like,
And
I've
that's
read
coming
other
from a
books.
person that you like slice of life stuff.
Yeah, like I have no problem with slice of life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. One of the books I'm reading on Webtoons, Cursed Princess Club, is basically a slice of life story with a slight fantasy setting. So it's like I do slice of life. It's just this particular slice. It's not hitting me the way I would like it to keep me reading. Yeah, and I can't 100% say why that's not happening for me, but I can say that I do hope you make us review issue 2.
Like, all I can tell you is that we reviewed Undiscovered Country May 7th, 2020.
Oh,
It's the episode called Stuck in a Hole. If you want to go on iTunes, Spotify, Wikipedia,
you said May 7th?
May 7th. That's when
Kindle,
Kindle, Boxcast, Castro.
That's before we were doing YouTube, right?
I'm sorry, say
No.
that again?
That's
No.
before we were doing YouTube, right?
Yeah. It was in the quarantine. We're doing audio only.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
no, we were
wow.
doing video. We were doing
I thought we were doing video too. Like,
that one cast, not YouTube, but there was like some casting app that we were using on our phones, or that I was using on my phone.
oh,
For video?
No,
Yeah.
the other. Wait, what was it?
The one before we switched to StreamYard.
No, we went from Podbean to. I mean, we
It
went to
was
Shoutcast.
Podbean to StreamYard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Podbean that you're talking about, Jay.
Yeah.
but it was a video.
Oh, maybe we weren't.
No,
Yeah.
I know we did Twitch. Like when All Games went under, we switched to Twitch, but it was just the audio
Like,
feed.
Podbean was like when we still had hope.
Jay,
Yeah.
Jay just revealed his other podcast.
Yeah,
That's
Or
hilarious.
what? No,
which
I don't have another podcast yet.
Check in with Jay.
oddly enough, his podcast is
what
actually
is
called
it?
Stuck in the Hole too. Like just like that episode.
Wait, what's the title, Oz?
Get in with Jay.
Gekin with Jay?
Yeah.
Dude, I would love for Crixley and Jay to do a show together. Like, I would love to see what that would look like.
I already know what it would
It'd
look.
be weird. Like my
Yeah.
timing is always off with her.
I know exactly what it would be like. It'll be her talking and Joe just nodding for 45 minutes, and then he says something that she disagrees with, and then it turns into an argument, and then the show that would have been 55 minutes is now an hour 30.
Okay, so
I
what are
hope
we
she's not
rating?
listening.
She's not.
What are we rating Nuclear Family?
4 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for Moses Magnum. Jay.
Yeah, the 5 would have come with better art. I wasn't a huge fan of the art. It was too but that's what you get when you get like a novel adaptation, the comics. Like the novel tells you all the descriptions. I actually learned this on the show, Larry. Thank you for informing me that a novel is just a comic where all the pictures are described. And now I can read novels. I can actually try and read novels now. But so when I was looking at the cars and the type of car and the knob with the radio, it's like, man, I wonder if this was so I can see them using the novel as a descriptive tool to draw. And I think they did a little too much. And in order to do that, they had to do it in a certain style. I think if the art would have been a little more stylized, I think all of us here would have rated it 1 point higher.
Jay, what do you think?
I was going to give it a 2.
2.
Wow. I like the propaganda at the end, but I just don't want to read the next one. And
We're talking about it next week.
Do
Okay.
you not want to read it, or do you not want to admit to yourself that you want to read it?
Maybe either or. Honestly, like,
okay, no, you're
there's
right.
nothing in me saying, like, yeah, it's like there are times when I read like an issue 1 and it hits me and I get into it, and then I'm on Comixology seeing if I could pre-order the next 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not happening here.
That's fair.
Like, I'm not even trying to like at least make a note of like when I read it so that I could check back in like a month.
That's fair. Oscore, what would you rate Nuclear Family?
2.
2.
2.
Just like Jay.
Yeah. I don't want to read the next one. I'm out.
That's fair. I mean,
Don't make me read the next one.
We're doing a one shot of just the whole series.
No, I would go ahead and give it a 3.75 in the sense that I personally like the book. I want to read issue 2. More could have happened in the first issue, but at the same time, it's like, in my mind, it did its job because I'm going to read issue 2. So, it could have maybe done some things a little differently that would have, like, I guess, solidified like at least a 4 rating or maybe even a little bit higher. I don't know if I would have messed around and said it was a 5, but maybe it could have been a 4.5. But it was a good book. I liked it a lot. I thought like the comic in and of itself was more than enough for me to go ahead and give it like a high 3 rating, maybe even a 4 rating. And then the back matter stuff was definitely like really good reading as well. So yeah, but 3.75 is where I'm landing. So
The way you said that reminded me of 9.95.
9.95. Yeah, get with that Ninja Turtles soundtrack. You all know you want it. Dude, damn, it's such a good soundtrack. It's so 90s.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm old.
So, are we doing, what is it, Stray Dogs?
Let's knock it out. Wait, let's knock it out if you all are good with it. You have time?
Yeah, I got time.
I have time.
Oz, you good?
Yeah, what the hell am I gonna do?
Okay, I'm just saying, man. Look, I know you got a job, man. Like,
Yeah, but that's tomorrow, not today.
You're open.
Actually, tomorrow's my day off.
Oh, bam! Stray Dogs.
Superman and Lois one shot coming tomorrow. And Two Dicks on Two Dick.
All that.
And Star Trek with Legion Lost crossover.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'm prepared.
Legion Lost crossover.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That, like, how old is that book?
It's old as fuck, but I just finished it yesterday.
I was like, what is he talking about? I was like, wait a minute. That did happen.
That should have happened in here, not out here. Sorry.
But that happened like, I was like, wait a minute. That was like a long time ago. I was like, Star Trek and Legion Lost. Like, that's okay. Anyway. Stray Dogs. Do you all want me to do this, or you want? Or
yeah, you brought this book to us. You do it.
I did bring the book to you. So, Stray Dogs is a comic about a stray dog that basically gets adopted by an owner who adopts a number of stray animals, well, stray dogs in particular. And this stray dog is traumatized by the fact of something that she saw that has basically put her in a very fragile state. And it's to the point where she kind of like has memory loss. So the the comic itself is told from the perspective of, or told from a dog's perspective, and basically her being introduced to the rest of these animals or the rest of these dogs. And it's basically about her like transitioning into her new home and her like coming to terms with what it is that she actually knows. Um, yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's the long and the short of the plot, because that's what happens. It's it's a slice of life book, but with a dog. So, what did you all think of Stray Dogs number 1? Let me start with you, Oz. Did you?
No. Like, you see, look at the video cue. Look at the visual cue. Joe's got that pencil. Like, go to Joe.
Are you sure? Okay, I'll go to Joe. Joe, what did you think of Stray Dogs number 1?
It was kind of interesting. I know there's something you don't mention. It starts out with the dog at the vet, and the veterinarian is talking to the owner about a dog's memory, a dog's long-term and short-term memory,
Mm-hmm.
and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an essential scene because it plays directly into the end of the book,
Mm-hmm.
where your hook is to read the next issue. And I know you didn't mention that, but I thought that was important
No, you're right.
to talk about. Um, I'm saying this without spoiling, but
Yeah.
uh, that was just a really important thing that happens. It's really interesting. It really kind of helps because, to be honest, I found the end just a tiny bit frustrating. But then when I thought about like that scene, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Now, what are they gonna do with it? And I was actually found myself very interested to find out what was gonna happen next.
Mm-hmm.
At least when I wasn't thinking about Feladay. Which
What is Feladay?
Feladay is a movie about a cat moves into a new neighborhood, and he ends up having to solve murders. And it's from the cat's perspective. Like the cat talks, and he meets other cats, and he's trying to find out clues as to like who it could be murdering all these like stray cats. He gets a girlfriend. Like it's almost like a noir kind of detective thing, but with the cat.
He's brought it up before.
Huh?
I believe it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like as he describes it, I'm like, oh, I think we've talked about this before.
Mhm.
Does the cat have a trench coat and a fedora?
No, you're thinking of Black Sad.
Oh.
This is a actual cat. Like he doesn't wear clothes.
Just walks like a cat. It has 9 lives and everything.
Like it's just like a regular cat.
Okay. Like I'm just like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, animal murder mystery. Feladay does it better.
But for the day, they gave you a full thing right off the bat, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Look, this is issue 1.
I know. That's why I want to keep reading. Like, I don't think it's going to be as good as Day, but I'm interested. I want to know.
Yeah. No, we
What
just have to make
happens.
that
I want to
like,
know.
for review purposes. We have to make that concession. Like, this is just issue 1. You project that the full series will not be as good as Day.
Right, but that's your bias, Jay.
Right.
Because you like cats more than dogs. Everyone knows that about you.
No, it's not true. Tiger Claw says, Jay, that movie has cat sex scene too. Like, yeah, that's why I mentioned his girlfriend. Like, I didn't want to outright mention the sex scene, but I did mention his girlfriend because you have a sex scene.
Let Tiger Claw be the creepy one.
Listen, I think y'all are both equally creepy.
No. Joe's classy. Look. I'm guiding him to be a good reviewer in the eyes of the PR people that send us these things. So,
what I will say, the other thing I did want to say about Stray Dogs is that I love the characters. Like, the characters all seem really good, really well written, and they're just interesting. Like, you got the one dog that throughout the whole book, she's trying to figure out what happened to that really fun stick. And it's like all his dialogue is like trying to think about like where they put the stick. Like, did they bury it? Like,
right.
But that also serves a purpose, Joe, too, in the memory thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they do have that thing where it's like, what happened to that stick? And the other guy's like, what stick? And he's like, what stick? What stick? Like, sometimes he knows what stick, and sometimes he doesn't know what stick.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And the art is another thing you got to mention too, because in that when he's trying to remember the stick, I'm like, the dialogue kind of, because they're repeating the same thing like 3 times, but different inflection. I got they put the second question mark, but not the exclamation point. So it's like I didn't until I pulled out and actually saw the dog's face. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how he's saying it. You know, the art is very
Disney.
It's Disney-ish. It emotes in the art. Like, if there weren't that many words, you kind of get what they were saying.
Yeah.
The end.
Oz, what did you think?
I think the memory thing got kind of dumb, especially the last couple of pages. But I like the art. Very Disney. Like, it'd be a great Disney movie. And I want to read the next one. So it did its job, right?
You all know, like I mean, okay, yeah. So the person who, I mean, Jay, you know who wrote this book.
I do.
Don't you?
Fleeks,
Don't
right?
know?
Tony Fleeks.
Right, Tony Flux.
No, I thought it's Fleece. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know who Tony Fleeks is. Like, I don't know why you would say you know who wrote this and then leave a big pause of dead air. Like,
Right. Okay.
Like, Joe knows why.
No, yeah, but that's pre-production shit. Like, yeah, like we're over here.
Well, you need to wait for the reveal.
Yeah, no, but
You need to reveal at some point.
Yeah, like,
So
you don't even know who the fuck Tony Fleeks is.
I do know who
he's
he
one
is.
of the
Why
writers
the fuck you leaning in like that?
on My Little Pony, the IDW comic book of which we just read, Transformers versus My Little Pony. He was one of the writers for it.
Our video Rib Fur is up here. click, like, subscribe.
It's a good video. Like, I hate to toot my own horn, but Lawrence's
People like it.
dissertation on Ripford is awesome.
Yeah, people like it.
My beat is like okay, and together they end up meshing kind of cool.
They fit like this.
We just gotta put some visuals to it.
I was gonna steal that one guy's art,
Still all the art.
but I didn't have a chance to yet.
Fair use on YouTube.
Like, I think if we credit him, then we should be able to get
We just put a link to his site. And, yeah. Oh, there's also a reason why we haven't had heavy metal minutes. So.
Oh, jeez. They got you.
Kinda.
Damn it. But yeah, so yeah, like Tony Fleece is like associated with My Little Pony, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't get why that has any bearing here.
Well, because
Like you bring that up and then you don't say anything.
Because the art has that kind of feel to it too.
Did this flick draw My Little Pony too?
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, Larry wasted 10 minutes of our time. Look, the comic is good.
He draws My Little Pony,
And-
draws Amplites.
Like,
These-
I would not be
these
surprised
dogs
if the
aren't-
artist of this book was like a protege of his.
These dogs aren't drawn in the My Little Pony style, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, I don't get.
They
You
kind of
don't
are.
think so?
Like,
They 100% are.
yeah.
Like, you read the book. Like, why don't y'all not remember that?
No.
The dogs are drawn like the ponies.
The dogs are drawn like a Disney cartoon. The ponies are drawn like
Yeah.
Friendship is Magic.
It's the
Yeah.
same art style.
It's not the same art style. There's branding issues with My Little Pony. If you're gonna draw My Little Pony, you have to draw it's like this, like the dudes that draw the Simpsons comics. Like they have to draw, like they could be Jim Lee, but they have to draw like the Simpsons if they're drawing.
If I pull up My Little Pony and I
That's
pull up,
not 100%.
Look, you should have it already ready if you did your pre-production. So just bring it up while I vent.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it
In the
right
meantime,
now.
I
I've
can
been
tell you-
Googling it for the last 10 minutes. I don't know why you don't have it ready.
In the
I don't have
meantime,
it
I
ready
can tell you-
because I didn't realize you all were so like
in the meantime,
silly that
in
you
the
wouldn't
meantime-
realize it's a similar art style. Like it's like
No, I get it.
no, not you, Jay. I know you get it. That's why I tossed to you. I didn't realize they didn't get it. It's like, come on, man. Like,
in the meantime, I can tell you what I thought about this comic, and I thought it was good. I had seen when they did the press release, and I was like, oh, this sounds good. The Silence of the Lambs comparison in the press release, I don't get, but you know,
well, I think it'll come later.
I guess, but that's spoilers in that case, right? But that's neither here nor there. Like, tell me what issue 1's going to be like. And part of the thing that made me like this is that as people, as humans, as above animals we are, our brains do things to make us erase trauma. And from that viewpoint, seeing this dog, even if it is a dog story, it's a very human story, and and I'm excited to see what the rest brings. The adventure, kind of like how Joe brought up Fella Day, like the adventure of it is what I want to see, and this issue didn't give me that. But like Fella Day gave you a complete thing. This is not yet complete, and I want to see it, and I'm excited to see it. Even with the My Little Pony art, allegedly. Like Larry still don't have it. Like I don't get. Like he had 8 days to produce this.
I didn't realize I would have to pull it up for y'all. Like I thought it was
You don't
evident.
see the
but I
ponies
thought it
from
was-
the first. Like a
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
no one understands
exactly.
what you're
I
saying,
agree with
guys.
Oz.
No one understands what you're saying, guys. What do you say?
Here's the thing: they have dogs in the books that we wrote, and they
We didn't write anything.
What?
That
We didn't write anything.
You mean the books
Yes.
you read, Jay?
There were books. There were dogs in the books that we read.
I'll never do that again. I'm sorry.
No, you said. So I mean, if you just remember the books, you should be able to.
I remember one time I was getting fired from a job, and they told me we're violating you because they're trying to say I violated some procedure, but they said we're violating it. Violating? Who's violating who here? Like, and like the HR person was like, like, oh.
And that's when he became Money Magnum.
That's the day I decided to work for myself. They're like, I'm trying to defend my position. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'll go work for myself. Whatever I do, I'll work for myself, even if I have to like suck dick on the corner. But I'll do it for myself.
There it is.
When you work for yourself, your bosses are dead.
While Larry is Googling that, I also told that HR person I'd rather eat shit with 2 hands than ever work for you again.
Jeez.
And
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I'd rather do that than actually work for somebody else again. And Larry's still Googling, so I can add to that. When I advise people that are trying to go into their own work for themselves and become independent, I say it's like, it's gonna drive you nuts to work for yourself. But if you can actually just sit and wait, like the mighty reptile of which we come from, our reptilian brain, and you can just sit and wait for your prey to come at you and you just snap it. If you can be sane through that time, you'll be all right. But most people can't. We don't have that attention.
No one understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
No one knows what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
What are you saying?
Agree with me or Oz?
No
one can agree with Oz.
Where he was saying no one understands Oz.
No
Yeah.
one
agreeing with that.
can agree with
If
Oz.
it's taking you this long to Google it, it's not a thing.
Yeah, like Larry's on
It's
dial-up.
100% a thing.
Yeah, look.
Listen,
If it was a thing, you would have had 20 been talking about this for 16 minutes.
Yeah, like I can't like
you all can 100%
go fuck
talk about something else like the
No.
rest of the book. While
so we're in a segment.
Well, okay. I think you say we can all talk about something else. Oz can't. Like he's having problems.
Another great thing about working for yourself is that you can edit these videos. Like right here, right now, we're at minute 2:42 and 19 seconds. Like I can give you a version of this show that's like 45 minutes.
No, jeez.
But then people like that's when we get the negative comments on YouTube. Like they don't like us in a concise manner, but that they don't really like us in an extended manner either.
That sounds like they just don't like us.
Yeah, I think they don't. They
Like
just don't
me.
like.
Is that what
But-
it is? Like,
But
do they
in
just
my
not like us?
research-
That's okay. I just
you know,
need to
in my
know.
in my weird neurotic research, I've been researching people that are bigger than us and looking at their numbers. And live, we actually do better numbers than they do. And and I'm talking about multi-continental companies, like international record companies that decide to put on these live events.
Word.
So yeah, there's something to us. It's definitely not pre-production because Larry doesn't have this to prove his point, and I'm running out of shit to say.
Dude, talk
So
about the
let's-
book.
What about the book? The book is done. Like it's great. I love it.
How is
4 out of 5.
Well, listen.
The art's good. The art doesn't remind me anything about My Little Pony.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't even ring a fucking rusty ass, dirty ass silent bell.
So Mo, what would you rate the book?
I said 4.5 out of 5. It's good. I like it. I mean, like I love like this trauma and memory fucking with your own memory fucking with you, and like the thing about this, yeah, that doesn't look nothing like. That looks nothing like Stray Dogs. But yeah,
Let's not Tony Flex.
Tony Flux is a writer. Tony Fleeks is a writer.
He does art.
Yeah,
that
but
is.
But the thing is, this book isn't drawn by Tony Fleeks. So
It's
what?
not, it's not drawn by him.
Yeah,
That doesn't look similar at
that
all to you.
that looks nothing like that. It looks like 101 Dalmatians. Like I'll give you that, but it looks nothing like. I'm glad we did this at the end of the show.
You know what? I'm gonna find that picture, and we
Look,
revisit this next week.
no, I don't think the audience would want that. Like I
Yeah,
think like
sometimes
you guys
we gotta do stuff for ourselves.
literally, Larry just spent 10 minutes looking for something. He couldn't do it to prove a point that is moot, not moot.
Moot is the word.
So
Yeah.
I
But-
would rate this book a 3.5. Like, I enjoy it. I want more. Yeah, I don't know if I have that much more to say about it. I want more, and I want to rewatch Feliday. Oz.
Did Lawrence ever find that one
Dude,
picture
I
that
hate
might
your shitty,
come close to proving his point?
I hate your shitty ass internet because I wish he would have been here when he posted that picture because it really was just an unmitigated slop of production. Like
What?
That was
we literally like the audience is gonna do a class action lawsuit for 10 minutes of their lifetime.
What? Get out of here with that craziness.
Like you proved nothing, and you had nothing to begin with. Yeah, like that. Look, you did it again. You're wasting their time again. That looks nothing like Stray Dogs, and you don't even have a picture of Stray Dogs to show to compare it.
I literally just showed the picture straight off.
No,
and
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
show
it again. I'm gonna show it again so that you all can see it. And you tell
But
me
you show
that,
a picture of the one dog.
what do you mean it's the one dog? Like,
Yeah, like you don't zoom into the panel of dogs. They look nothing like those fucking ponies. Like they look nothing like those ponies.
I feel like there's definitely some DNA of both of those.
Look, the DNA. Like I don't even know how to
Listen,
make that dirty and crass. Like I'm just exhausted from this whole exercise in futility.
Listen.
I'm glad my
Y'all don't
internet
see
sucks.
it?
I didn't see that picture both times you put it up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, listen, I'm not gonna do it again, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Oz, what did you think of Stray Dogs?
I liked it. 4 out of 5.
Really? 4 out of 5? Wow. Okay.
You didn't like it like that?
Oh no, I mean I liked it. I wouldn't give it 4, but I'll give it the 3.75 I gave Nuclear Family. Like it's a good book. I want to read the next issue. It's like I do feel like I enjoyed the interaction with the dogs and the animals or whatever, but I do feel like it could have given us a little bit more in the first issue. I think it gave us enough to read issue 2, but I feel like it's a little bit it was a little bit lighter.
Not
so,
enough
like,
Siamese cats for him. That's what he wanted.
No, I don't need any cats in this book.
Look, that might be the title too. Where's my index card?
Yeah, but it's a good book, and I definitely want to read issue 2. So yeah, 3.75, just because it's not quite 4 status, but it's a solid story, and I think most people that read it probably be like, oh well, I would like to find out what's happening next.
You see the Siamese cat right there.
Moses. Oh,
Yeah.
you already rated it. Who's left?
Yeah. No, you were the last one, man. You were the closer.
Listen, I can't tell with all your shenanigans.
Look,
Y'all are shenanigans.
you guys suck. I hate you guys.
Jay, put up the current topic. Shenanigans.
Okay.
Current topic. We're done.
Yes.
No. We have a random shenanigans segment. All right.
Of
Hey.
course we do.
All right.
That's what y'all do.
Yeah.
Random shenanigans. Mostly you two at the bottom.
What? You're the one doing this.
Hey, I'm trying to produce the
For 10
show.
minutes. Look, produce it before we air.
I didn't know that you all were gonna be this obstinate.
Look, Larry, I literally.
I underestimated the level of obstinance you would reach this week. I won't do that next week.
Okay.
Next week, I'm gonna make
You know
sure
what?
I have pictures for everything I say.
I need your consent on
So whatever.
Look, even Alexa's mad at you.
Well,
It's like,
why is she
yeah,
always
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Like, well, this is the time he needs his little cat tuck. You know how a cat does on the pillow, like his little robot has to do on his balls, like
At least she asked for
at this time.
consent.
Because it happened last week at this time too.
Why would a robot do that?
Because that's what you want, and your robot's your subservient. Like
A robot wants to do
No,
the cat
you
thing
want
on my balls?
you need something to do that to your balls at 9:25 p.m. every week, at least every Wednesday. That's I only see you every Wednesday, so it did that last week too.
At 9:25.
At 9:25, it did that
I
last
don't
week.
even feel like we were on at 9:25.
No, but we were talking on the screen. We're pre-producing this week's show, which
Got it.
I mean, you can't tell we pre-produced, but we did.
All right. I guess it's time to get out of here since the robot says
But
it
we're
wants
random
to touch my
shenanigans.
balls.
I didn't even bring enough drinks for random shenanigans.
Listen, look, we already talked about robots touching balls. If that's not random shenanigans, I don't know what else is.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
So we're
I'm
gonna
out of
end.
here too.
See, exactly. It's time. Look, the universe is telling us, hey, no more.
Well,
the universe is like, hey, enough.
if it's Philip K. Dick, the universe will be guiding you.
The universe is like, no mas. Jay, give us some final thoughts. Final thoughts, please.
Okay, I finished the first compendium of Invincible. I'm a little bit into the second. I think I should be completely done by the time the show airs on Amazon Prime.
Nice. Oscore, final thoughts.
All the Arrowverse shows are coming back this week. If you need something to hold you over for the Snyder Cut.
I'm sorry.
Snyder
Most
Cut's in
valuable
what? A
final
week and a half,
thoughts.
2 weeks? Something like that?
Makes sense
No,
to me.
that's another thing about Superman and Lois too. Like,
I'm sorry.
why are you laughing?
I'm trying to hold it in. It's not happening. I apologize.
I apologize to Bitsy Tulach.
Who is that?
That's Lois on Superman and Lois.
Her name is Bitsy Tulak?
Tulach.
That doesn't sound right.
That's how I read it. Like, I literally just Googled it while I was
Holy
at-
crap, it's right. That's how I would say it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I read it right now. I didn't know her name. I should have pre-produced and know her name.
Like,
I
I'm
apologize.
like her grandma is named Bitsy, right?
Look, Superman and his mom is what I've been saying, and her name is Bitsy Tulach. Like,
Bitsy.
I hate that I keep making these jokes like they're they're involuntary, but the show's good. You should watch it. And I mean, they try to do the Zack Snyder shit. Like, that's why I wish we would have done a Fantastic Four one shot, but we did it today. I'll edit it out, maybe give it to you. But one thing I don't know. All right, happy birthday to Papa Emeritus 4 from Ghost. It's his birthday today. And this year, this day in history, 1 year ago, before the pandemic, before the shutdown, he was christened as Papa Emeritus 4. Cardinal Copia became Papa, and then they never played any other shows because nobody did, because the world is on fire, just like Ghost said it would. And he was the plague bringer. He was dubbed the plague bringer at that show, and here we are, 1 year with no hope and no end in sight.
Indeed. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, like, subscribe. Go ahead and damn it, shut up, phone. I don't even know my phone's just talking. I'm not saying nothing to my
For your
phone.
consent. It's
No,
supposed
I don't want any consent, phone. Like, subscribe, hit notifications, freaking follow, like all that social media stuff. Do that. We're the Fantastic Forum. Until next time, we'll catch you. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us.
Kirby hands on your balls.